Yo, people, welcome back to another stream of Two Up Front. I'm your host, Ace, and as always, I'm with my brother Major for what should be an amazing, great stream. Because me and Major, we haven't spoken in a few weeks, and there's a lot to catch up on. Just a little thing of Arsenal finally winning their first Premier League after 22 years. Understand some European dominance from the Premier League teams, and then we'll touch on what is a massive game this weekend, man. I know I've been seeing people organizing biggest hate watches of all time and etc. etc. But we'll talk about all of that, man. But before we do, how are you doing today, my guy, Major?
Yeah, I'm easy, bro. You know how it goes, man. Blessed and highly favored always, man. And
Love.
yeah, man, a lot to talk about. A lot of football to talk about.
Yeah, it's been a while since we streamed, to be honest. I felt like it was like after the West Ham game. So yeah, definitely a lot for us to touch on. But I think before we get into it, as always, please don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, drop your comments below if you're watching it live, if you're watching it later. And yeah, we just love to engage and sound like talk football. But yeah, man, I think before we even get into the Premier League and then just like the whole craziness there, man, I think we should firstly touch on what's been happening in Europe over the last couple of weeks also, because obviously yesterday we witnessed another European final, which was the Conference League. We see Palace beat Rayo Vallecano, I believe they're called. And you know what, bro? I don't know if you managed to catch any of the game, but what were your thoughts on that one? I think we have to give Palace a lot of credit there for that.
Yeah, no, I watched the whole game. And yeah, I think Palace deserved it. Not just on the night, but I think they just deserve it given the context of how they're even in this competition to begin with.
For the
It's a
people that don't
competition.
know, yeah,
Yeah,
explain it.
so Crystal Palace won the FA Cup last year, which should normally give you a automatic pathway into the Europa League. So they were supposed to be in the Europa League. Then obviously there was this whole palaver with Nottingham Forest, and phone calls were made regarding ownership and rules and all of this stuff. And long
Nasty
story
stuff.
short, Crystal Palace got put into the Conference League and Forest moved into the Europa League. So yeah, I think given that context, like they were already hard done by the players because they'd earned the right to play in the Europa League. So yeah, man, I was really happy for them that they were able to win. As regards to the game itself, I felt like it was the second half where Palace really came out, and yeah, man, they had a period where they could have really just put the game to bed. Wharton, yeah, man, I
Yeah,
love him.
you want to talk about him a little bit, man.
Yeah, man, that left foot, like, it's just brilliant, man. So yeah, like he was really pulling the strings. He's able to drive forward. He takes the shot on. The keeper saves it, and then it comes to Mateta, and then yeah, Mateta, man, just good instincts to put the ball in the back of the net. And his celebration was one of the coldest celebrations I have
Oh,
seen.
everyone
I
behind him.
remember I was watching it live, and I was like, "That is so cold."
Yeah, nah, it was cool.
Like, yeah, the way he does it, and everyone behind him also does the celebration as well. Like somewhere, the slow-mo vid of that, as soon as they showed it on the replay, I was like, "That's so cold." Like somewhere there must be like a picture of that, but yeah,
Oh, everyone's in the air, just
yeah, that
floating.
is it's so cold still. So yeah, and then after that, yeah, man, it could have been a feud. Like Jeremy Pino, free kick, hits one post, bounces to the other post, and somehow doesn't go in. And then yeah, Mateta could have got another one as well, but then there was a great save. So yeah, man, there was a period where it looked like Palace were just gonna blow them away, but they weren't able to get the second goal. But even after that period, they were able to remain disciplined and yeah, man, see out the game. So yeah, deserving win for this particular game, but then also just within the context of how they're in the tournament in general, I feel like it's credit to them, the fact that what happened, and they said, you know what, we're just gonna go win it. And now they're gonna be in the Europa League next year anyway. And they've also been able to add a European trophy. So that's what they had. Obviously the FA Cup last season, and then yeah, this season they were also able to win another trophy, so have back-to-back trophies. So yeah, man, and then they're going to be going on another European tour next year, which must be really brilliant.
We love it. We love him. I kind of remember us talking about it last season when I think all of this stuff was starting to come on. I think I remember us saying that this might even be a good thing for them in terms of like going to Conference League first, just in terms of giving them a platform to win this trophy and then have another good opportunity to win the Europa League, which I think would have been a lot more difficult for them in their kind of first season in. But yeah, man, I echo everything that you said. Like I feel like after the way everything played out, and then we'll get onto the Europa League afterwards as well. But yeah, after the way everything played out, I was really happy for them that they're able to get over the line, get another trophy. And I don't know if you want to talk about Oliver Glasner a little bit as well, man, because I think he is someone that deserves immense credit for what he's been able to do at his time at Palace. From joining a club that's never won a trophy in their history to then in I think it's like a calendar year period they picked up like 3 trophies, like FA Cup, Conference League,
Community Shield,
and Conference League. So like I feel like he's leaving them in like an amazing position. And yeah, man, it's a shame that I would say maybe the downside for Palace, it's a shame that they weren't able to match his ambition also in terms of like seeing this success as like a stepping stone to also like try to progress. I feel like from the way it's come out, it feels like it's been more of a like they're just kind of happy to just like be there and be in the league, and Glasner's like, I want more than this. So hopefully they're able to kind of get the right next manager and like and make a good stab at that Europa League. But on this one, big congratulations to Palace, and yeah, man. And then the next team that we need to talk about, man, is obviously I know it's your team, Villa. I'm saying like I know they have a special place in your heart, man. So I know that victory meant a lot for you. But do you want to talk to me about that Villa Europa League win? Like, what was your reaction to that one?
Shout out to Birmingham, man. But yeah, again, I feel like very, very well deserved. They absolutely bust that final. Just Freiburg just didn't have anything for them.
Yeah.
Some brilliant goals, man. Like the Tielemans volley, which was the first one, which was brilliant. Rodgers plays the ball over and then bang, and then you've got Buendia, who he's done fantastic.
Yeah, I'm really happy for him, man. Yeah,
like he got the move from Norwich, and then he had his injury problems where he missed so many games and wasn't able to play. And then he went on loan for a little bit, and he's been able to like revive his career at Aston Villa and have some really important moments. So yeah, that's massive for him and for them. And yeah, it was an absolutely brilliant goal. And then even the third goal as well, Rodgers, like it was a good team move as well. So yeah, man, Villa well deserving of their win. I also feel like they are they're a Champions League level team as well. So yeah, I feel like they deserve to be in the Champions League. Like they just missed out on it last year. So yeah, like I feel like they deserve to be in the Champions League, and the fans deserve a trophy as well. They've been waiting 30 years to try and get one.
Yeah,
so
and I think
massive club. Like I think obviously not only the fact that obviously they're based in Birmingham, the quote unquote second city, but then you've got their history with the 7 league titles, the 7 FA Cups, the European Cup they won in 1982. So yeah, man, like they're a massive football club. And I feel like for this Emery tenure period, like what he really need, they love him anyway, but like the thing that would have put like the cherry on top is the trophy. Like they just needed like the trophy to mark off this period, which he's been able to do. So yeah, full credit to Aston Villa, deserving winners, and the fact as well that they did that and they still qualified for the Champions League within the league. They got 4th, so they never even got 5th, they got 4th. And the fact that these lot partied for how long and still were able to come and dunk on City on the last day on Pep's Pep's leaving
Oh,
beef
leaving
is
the I couldn't
crazy.
believe it, man.
Yeah, man.
I couldn't
So
believe it. So and
yeah,
yeah,
I saw
man, like
all
you
of
said,
them reacted to it. They were like, how have you done that?" And
they
like,
said
yeah,
forget about sports
yeah,
science, man.
yeah.
Sports science is a myth. And it's true, bro. When these players in the 90s were out here getting drunk, probably until the morning of a match. Maybe that's why football was a lot more fun. These man, they were
Crazy.
just like freestyling on the pitch, man. So yeah, nah, like echoing your words, man. I think they've done amazing. I remember there was at one point in the season, like around like I think like January, February, and it's looking like if they don't get Europa League, and they were looking at those sliding down the table in the Premier as well, that to not get Champions League football would have been really bad. And then it was looking like maybe the Europa League might then become their best chance because of their league form. But they managed to arrest the league form, which we'll get into later, and also pick up the trophy, man. And this Emery guy, I don't know how this guy is just a Europa League specialist. What is that now? Like, is it 5 he has?
5. Yeah, I think that's number 5. Yeah,
5 European
I
trophies.
think
So
he
yeah,
got
nah,
three,
man.
3 with Sevilla, 1 with Villarreal, and then
Yeah.
1 with Villa now.
Yeah, it was only us that he didn't want to give us European glory, but it's cool though.
Yeah, man. And even there, he still got to a final as well.
Man.
So it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, he
crazy
did, but
record.
then we got smashed. But
yeah,
but he did a good job, man. So nah, and again,
bro,
I think
you can move on. It's okay, bro.
nah, man, I'm not moving on. I'm not moving on. You know what? Nah, I'm not moving on. You know what's so funny? You know what made me remember that again recently? I was seeing some quotes from Stan Kroenke, the Arsenal owner, and or Josh Kroenke, I should say, and he was talking about like I think it was the Baku smashing by Chelsea that made him go. Like we need to basically change stuff here. Like, this is not working. And then he asked Mertesacker for like who's the best. Basically, he was trying to get someone like Van Dijk, and Mertesacker said, unless you have 100 mil, forget about it. And then he said, cool, who's the best young centre back in the world right now? Per said Saliba. So you know what, Emery, thank you. So I forgive you for what you did for us that night, man, because that was probably one of the lowest points in recent history for us as an Arsenal fan. Yeah, smashed like that by Chelsea, but again, man, it worked out in the end. So I've forgiven him, but I haven't forgotten. That's what I'm saying, innit? But nah, so big up to Villa, man. Very happy for them winning. But before we'll circle back to Europe later on in the stream, yeah. But I want to get your thoughts on like, do you feel like this could be a problem with how strong these Premier League teams are now in Europe? Because that's 2 out of 3 now of these. If Arsenal go win, that could be 3 out of 3. But again, Champions League is a different beast in it because there's a lot more competition, but the way it's looking with the European competitions, you kind of have to go into it now thinking that the Premier League teams are probably the favorite every year, right, for the foreseeable until anything changes, just because of the spending power that they have, like the strength of their squad. So it's like I want to get your take on like, do you feel like this is gonna continue being an issue for European leagues, or you think this is just maybe just a good year for the English teams? What's your take on that in terms of the dominance in Europe right now?
I think in like the Europa League and Conference League, I think Premier League teams are going to go into it with a very good chance to win it every year for the foreseeable. To be fair, like, I think just the money that the Premier League have, like it's just like I think they're going to stand a good chance. So yeah, obviously there's been a lot of European.
Yeah, I don't know if it's me, Major, but she's frozen. One sec. Tap my camera. Okay, I'm gonna remove Major from the screen for now. Major, if you can hear me, let me know when you're back. But okay, cool. Yeah, I'll let Major come back. But I guess my thoughts in the meantime while Major's away is, I agree with what he's about to say in terms of, I think for the foreseeable future, I can't see it changing for now in terms of the Premier League clubs and their dominance in Europe, because their spending power that they have has become so ridiculous now that even just looking at someone like Iraola now, who's leaving Bournemouth and he's getting linked to a job like Milan, just historically, that would have been a crazy move for a manager to make. You like, and again, he's done an amazing job, but I think it also really does show like where the Premier League is compared to other leagues in the world right now, just in terms of just like how well the squads of these teams are able to be constructed, the fact that you have like Bournemouth probably competing with like Juventus. You have, I mean, I saw something, I don't remember the exact numbers, but I know it was like where you finish in the Premier League relative to like what you win for like winning La Liga, etc., is like ridiculous now. So, yo, Major, yeah, I was just saying that, yeah, I kind of agree with where you're going before I lost you in terms of, yeah, the spending money in the Prem now. I feel like it's now made like you have like teams like Bournemouth now. Iraola is looking to like he's linked to it, but I think it's not going to happen. But like Bournemouth to Milan in terms of like from the Premier League to Italy, or you have like I've seen stats like what you get in the Premier League for like getting relegated compared to what you win in like League One or Serie A or La Liga, like stuff like that. Is like you then start to see where the European teams like Bournemouth can go pick up players like 40 mil, and then that's the kind of players that people like even Juventus or like the highest teams in other leagues are able to pick up. Then that discrepancy is only going to continue to grow as well. So it's really interesting to see what this does for like European football going forward. But what were you going to say anyway?
Yeah, I was going to say I'm not even a fan of like, for example, like the whole top 5 thing in general. Like back in the day, it weren't even top 4. Like, do you get me?
Yeah,
like,
true.
Yeah,
wasn't even like
it was
the fourth team would have to go into like a competition, like
league.
you have to play playoffs and stuff to even get into the Champions League.
Yeah, but I'm even talking from before that. Like, it weren't even a top 4 thing. Yeah, like it was because you know the whole concept obviously is like Champions League. So it was like it was for the top. Did you get me? Like the top teams who have performed in their league, like who've done what they needed to do. So yeah, like I think obviously it has a knock-on effect as regards to like just the whole restructuring and like just how everything has kind of like changed as regards to the European competitions. But yeah, man, like I think the Premier League teams are very well set. It should be interesting to see because I've seen some like bigger quote unquote names have dropped into the Europa League for the upcoming year. So I saw like Milan, for example. So yeah, man, let's see how things go. But yeah, man, I think the Premier League teams look very well set. And then yeah, with the Champions League, then yeah, I think the European powerhouses are always going to be there and thereabout. Your Barca's, your PSGs, your Bayerns, your Real Madrids, like yeah,
and it makes sense as well because they're the team that they're still making revenue similar to the Premier League teams anyway. So like the financial power, the discrepancy isn't as large as when you start to go lower into I think the European competitions. But you make a good point. I guess we'll see how this trend continues, like in terms of like how these teams do. I don't know if if you have any thoughts. I saw a tweet that someone said, I don't feel comfortable with people winning Conference League and saying champions of Europe. like
you know what?
God.
With me, I think where I'm at with I don't care if Palace do it. I feel like it's if like Chelsea do it. That's where that's where it is. Like, do you get me? Yeah. Do you get me? But for like Palace, I personally don't mind. Like if I'm at Old Trafford and the Palace fans are singing Champions of Europe, like I'll just laugh. Like it's not is like fair enough. But yeah, I think for like your Chelseas, your Liverpools, your Arsenals, your Uniteds, your Cities, it's like okay. Don't do that. Like I think if you want to sing Champions of Europe, there's only one competition.
Well, I thought I'm allowed to do it.
Nah, but then again, it's like I think they shouldn't be doing it either. But then they've been through a lot, so I think they're gonna do what they want anyway. Like, do you get me? So it's just one of them ones. But yeah, man, really and truly, like there's. In order to be champions of Europe, you have to win the Champions League. That's what it is. So yeah, but with this, if like with all due respect, like the more smaller clubs sing it, then yeah, man, I just take it for a laugh. Yeah.
No, that's fair. Well, all right, cool. So I think we'll come back to Europe later on because obviously we can talk about the Arsenal and PSG big final coming up this weekend. But before we do that, and before we because we haven't spoken since I think post the West Ham game, so I think we should probably take it back a little bit to again like what was a momentous occasion of Arsenal winning the Premier League. So I just wanted to just take it back there a little bit before we then kind of touch on like the final day and the final table and how it all kind of like shook up. But yeah, bro, because I remember I was talking about it that, and everyone said it anyway, so it was nothing crazy. That West Ham game for Arsenal after that Everton City game and City dropping points was like, if Arsenal get past this West Ham game, then you have to believe that should be Arsenal doing their job. And then you looked at the Bournemouth game that Man City had coming up, and you said, Man City, this is a game where, aside from even taking it to like the last day and go different and wherever it was going to be at that point, like I can see City dropping points again, because from an Arsenal perspective, I think even at that point it was still in our hands. But either way, we didn't want to take it to the last day because like there's too much PTSD there, and like even just like how the game was shaking up, even in that last game, like it's now half time and we haven't scored and see a 3-0 up against Villa. You know, thinking, damn, scary. So I was like, Bournemouth, I need Bournemouth to do something for me. I know they have the capabilities. They can hurt this City team. I know this City team's vulnerabilities, but it couldn't have gone any better from an Arsenal perspective, man. Like, I was sitting at home watching the game. I messaged one of our mutual friends. I was like, bro, like, City could lose today, yeah. And if they lose, should we just go to the Emirates? And I was saying this just from the perspective of just like, a few people might have the same idea and sign. It'd just be nice to see some Arsenal fans like see the Emirates, like just kind of chill. Bro, I couldn't believe what happened on that Tuesday. That City dropped points, man. Like City play Bournemouth, they lose the game 2-1. Very good game. Bournemouth played amazing. No, 1-1 was the draw in the end. Bournemouth should have definitely won the game. They had enough chances, but you know, they got over the line. They take points of City, which then officially hands Arsenal the Premier League title. And bro, I went to the Emirates and I couldn't believe what I saw, man. The celebrations were ridiculous. I got my Arsenal top on. I jumped on a line bike. I was cycling to the Emirates. People were honking their horns. People were celebrating. The vibes were immaculate. I couldn't believe it. All day from my house to the Emirates, bro. It just horns being honked. People happy, celebrating. The whole like Holloway Road was locked off. Went to the Emirates, or thousands of people. You had to like kind of like move through the crowd to even get close to the Emirates. And I was like, I can't believe it, man. Like, I think in all the banter years and everything with Arsenal, I think I forgot just how big the fan base is and just like how happy everyone was to finally get over the line, man. So it's been a while since it happened, but I just wanted to kind of just like touch on that kind of day and just the feeling and just to express that it was from an Arsenal fan's perspective, man, like all the pain and suffering that we went through. Because I think early in the season we spoken about it, like when like it was even looking more comfortable and we started, we weren't playing the greatest. It was like, okay, you're gonna win the league, but like even after all this time, how good is it really gonna feel? But I have to say, in how it happened in the end, I wouldn't have changed it, because the way it happened and the fact that it got close again and the City then technically were top again, and it was now, there's now pressure. There's so much pressure on, if we don't win it this year, what does it mean for Arteta? What does it mean for the club? And I'm just so happy, man, that we were finally able to get over the line and be crowned champions of England, which now means that, yeah, man, all these players I rate so highly, I can finally start talking their talk. All that banter that we've been taking as Arsenal fans, where everyone else would be having horrible seasons, but they can all laugh and enjoy. Arsenal bottled it again, and that's the whole narrative. That's the talking point. Chelsea are 10th. But no, man, Arsenal was second. Arsenal were first and then second. Oh, no, let's all talk about Arsenal. So the fact that everyone else can now go back home, look in the mirror, and like look at their own situations and think about what their club needs to do now to change their situation is just an amazing feeling, man. So honestly, from trust the process to champions, it was an amazing feeling, man. So obviously on that Tuesday now, we're already champions. We're having the time of our lives. Arsenal fan. I'm wearing my Arsenal scarf to the office. I've seen people in the office with Arsenal tops on. It was carnage, man. So it was just a beautiful week. And then that was just in the lead up to just, I guess, the final Premier League game week, where now we're just like, you know what? Now there's no pressure. It'll be nice to win the game. We don't want to lose our final game that we get crowned in. And it just made it just all the sweeter, man. Like to go into that game against Palace, just knowing that we're already champions. And just like also know that, again, kind of like as we'll get into it later on, like even like the whole Champions League stuff, like PSG and like how well they're able to rest their players. We didn't even want to go into that final game now having to like really try and then be really stressed, and it's now a goal difference and etc. So being able to just rotate the whole team the same way Palace were able to rotate their team, with just a low pressure game going into it. So nah, man. So from an Arsenal perspective, it was amazing. But before we kind of get into like the final fixture, what was it from the outside rival fans perspective? What was your kind of take on like the Bournemouth situation and obviously Arsenal officially winning the title that day?
I feel like it was just well deserved, man. Like I think when you've challenged for 4 years in a row, then yeah, man. Like I was chatting about it with my dad, and like my dad was like, no one can begrudge Arsenal, like yeah, or no one should begrudge Arsenal rather. Yeah, like for their win because yeah, like, I think it was just fully deserved. Like to continuously, especially with the setbacks, to continuously just go again and go again and go again. Yeah, man. Like, I think it's a testament to Arteta because he was under like a crazy amount of pressure. I've never seen, or at least in recent memory, I can't remember a time where there's been that much of a swing as regards to if you win your hero and if you lose your villain. Like, yeah, like it was such a swing. Like you're seeing the joy, and it's like if he had lost this Premier League title, then there would have been people who wanted him out. Like so the amount of pressure that he was under was incredible. So yeah, I think for him to be able to get over the line, for him to deliver like what so many Arsenal fans have been waiting for in them since 2004. Like I remember when Arsenal won the title in 2004. And yeah, like even the fact that there's so many people who like they weren't even there for that. So this is like their first experience. I think it's wicked for Arsenal fans. Then as regards to like the whole moment at the Emirates, I feel like that's like it's just proper football like joy, man. That I think, yeah, that how it happened in us. I've seen a lot of Arsenal fans saying, you know what, like obviously we're gonna celebrate and this is this, but as regards to even like the parade, I don't think it can top that Tuesday night. And I think it's probably just because of like the impromptu nature of how everything played out and kind of like the organic kind of like just outburst and feeling and yeah, expression of joy. Which yeah, man, like I feel like those were crazy scenes. And then sometimes that's what happens when you're like a quote unquote sleeping giant as well. Whereas like there's some people that forget, like, do you get me? Whereas like, oh, you know what? Because in recent times in modern history, like things have been a certain way. A lot of people forget like what an absolute monster of a club Arsenal are. Like, do you get it? So yeah, man. Like, I think this has just been like a reminder to many people that oh, you know what? Yeah, bro. Like, they're massive. Like, do you get it? So yeah, man. Like, I think extremely well deserved, man. And yeah, as regards to like from my personal, obviously viewpoint, like yeah, man. Like it was even nice for me to going into that final day where City was facing Villa. Obviously, Villa done me even another favor just to crash the party even more. but yeah, bro, I wanted that. Bro, I wanted that party. So yeah, when Arsenal won that, I said no Premier League farewell for you, Pep. Like, do you get me? I won't try to see that at all, man. Yeah, I needed all of that stopped. Like, do you get me? Same way with Klopp. Again, Klopp, great manager. Both of them great managers, by the way.
Yeah.
Pep's an absolutely phenomenal manager. Maybe we'll talk a little bit about him later on because, yeah, like he's been absolutely exceptional and the things that he's achieved are incredible. But yeah, man, I weren't trying to see him go out with a Prem, man. Like, do you get me?
He would have gone out another trouble. What?
Yeah, man. It's just all of that. And I've seen I've seen a lot of things again, like, yeah, I guess football's a sport of opinions, isn't it? And like people will have their opinions about different things and what they want and whatever the case may be. But just, yeah, like me personally just don't get, as talking from the view of Manchester United fans, the whole viewpoint of wanting City to win the league over Arsenal. Like, it just doesn't compute in my head. Like, I don't get it. Like, I really don't get it. Like, yeah, like I think you know what it is as well. Yeah, like because like I was like because when I even think about it, because I'm not even gonna lie, it is a big like when I even speak to a lot of United fans who aren't from Manchester and don't have like a connection to Manchester, like I have heard that a lot. So I'm thinking, okay, you know what? Maybe there's an element of that to it a little bit as regards to, like, you know what, like you're surrounded by Arsenal fans, you've got the banter back and forth, so maybe that's why, like, you would rather. But yeah, with me, it just doesn't compute. Like, it just doesn't. Again, like, I think maybe a big part of it may be a fact that, oh, like, my dad's from Manchester and he grew up in Old Trafford, and like I was raised by Manx, so like, yeah, my whole mentality when I've been born, and obviously I've grown up going to Manchester, so it's like, you know, when people say they don't know any City fans, I'm just like, oh, I do. You know what I mean? So it's like,
I hear it.
So when people even say that, it's like, that's, yeah. So I feel like maybe like my whole mentality, because of like, yeah, my family being from Manchester, is just very, very different. But yeah, with me personally, like, again, you won't ever find a clip of me saying that I would rather City win the league over Arsenal. So with me, it was a relief, honestly. And don't get it twisted. What you want is your club to be winning it. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
It's not like do you get me? You don't want to see other clubs win it. You want your club to win it. But yeah, between those two, yeah, man, it was
nah.
Yeah.
I hear it, man. I hear it. Again, man. It's so interesting to me because, again, I think we've spoken about. I can't speak for other Arsenal fans online, etc. And I've heard like Liverpool fans also say like, oh yeah, when it was us against City, I can't speak for you. You're a United fan. It was when it was us against City, people want City to win. Genuinely, bro, I actually rooted for Liverpool when Liverpool were going up against City too, because the fact that even aside from like hating Arsenal, City as an institution, I know, yeah, you were losing. It was a lose for you.
It was a horrible time.
It was a lose for you. So I think what was even funny with like the reaction of the Peckham Reds as well was just like, even just the general like, like maybe Arsenal like wanting the City to win because let's say the way Arsenal have won it, the cheat, like, so when people try to like do the narratives and not give Arsenal credit because so City could then win it, I'm just like, City as an institution, I respect them highly in terms of just like how well they ran, how they've always made the right decisions, how they've always tended to buy well, but I always respect the team that go about it, like the way like Arsenal have in this case, or Liverpool. You have to spend money, but it's also how you go about doing it as well. It's like, I don't get how as a neutral, it's like you also just want City to win over Arsenal. I don't know, man. But again, to each their own in it. So like, that to me was always just interesting, just an interesting like how that became just,
you know what it is.
Yeah,
I honestly just think there is an element of like Arsenal have just been the quote unquote banter club where people just love the joke so much, and I think people have fallen in love with the joke so much, whereas like they just don't ever want to let it go. And I feel like with City, maybe because they've been winning, whereas like some people are desensitized to it. Yeah, but it's just like, because even I was surprised with like Liverpool fans and them wanting City to win the league so badly. I was just like, after all of that, like, do you get me? After
like,
all of
bro, imagine how many prems Klopp would have if it wasn't for Pep.
Yeah, I was just like,
he would have run it up.
But then maybe that might be the element. There might be maybe an element, and I don't know. Liverpool fans will be able to tell me, but there might be an element of, you know what, because we weren't able to eat properly, no one else should. Like, there might be an element of that where it's just like, yeah, kind of like resentment to it, where it's just like they don't want Klopp and Arteta to have the same amount of Premier League titles. So it might be a little bit of element of that. But yeah, like I always found it like odd, because with the United and Arsenal thing, I still think is odd. But at least loads of people I know have grown up on that rivalry, and they've grown up. That's like the rivalry of the Premier League era. So I think a lot of people hold on to their feelings from that time. But I still don't understand you wanting City to win the league over Arsenal. That, yeah, I just don't get it. Like, do you get me? But yeah, like I think it's very, very interesting, in it. Like, just seeing like the loads of different reactions, because it was like, yeah, there's someone like me who's like, I'm relieved, and then like, I know some other Manchester United fans, who are devastated. I'm just like, I don't even get it. I don't even get it, bro. That's what I'm saying. That I'm having a conversation with my dad. That we're like, yeah, man, can't begrudge Arsenal. Yeah, man, Pep Oliver. Like, you get me? See you later. Like, this is this like, do you get me? Like, you know, just like again, not happy, but just woof.
Yeah.
Right,
Lesser of all the evils. Yeah,
sigh of relief, whatever. This is this, and like you have some United fans who are gutted. Like, do you get me? I'm just like, yeah. I think there's a little bit of element of some people. They definitely live online a little bit too much. I think there's maybe an element of that. And yeah, man, like you've got. I think when you go at it with people, there might be like a also element of that, like when over the years, like, do you get me? Because it's like, I remember you telling me that you hated United more than Spurs growing up.
Yeah, 100. I still do.
You still do, yeah.
I still do. Yeah.
And it's like, and I think there may be an element of with that, like, do you get me? Because it's like there may be an element of kind of what you've grown up with, and then like, but so with that being said, if United and Spurs are going for the league, would you rather Spurs win the league?
No, that's different.
Okay.
I would still rather United win the league. So that's what's there's a bit of nuance there. I would still rather United win the league, but like, yeah, like, I know it's hard. So there is a nuance there. Like, I think overall, United not being good makes me more happy than Spurs not being good, if that makes sense.
Because
like,
that's
it's like
more of the norm.
That's the more the norm. Or just I think it's like it's the flip side where I think there's also an element with United fans that really want us to fail. Again, I don't know if it's like a bully complex where like you've been the bully, and then it's like now the guy you used to bully now you can no longer really bully him. But then from an Arsenal perspective, it's like this was my bully, so that's why I hate United fans. But I still
how do you rank your rivalries?
I would say that's the thing. I would say overall it's still Spurs. I still don't want Spurs to be successful, and I would have taken Spurs being relegated. We'll talk about that later. Then it's United. Then it's Chelsea.
How much do you care about Chelsea?
Chelsea were a bit similar to City, where like I was able to desensitize a little bit when they were being successful because I can kind of rationalize their success a bit, same way I can with maybe City sometimes. But I still don't like them being successful. So I think that's why overall, I probably would still take Chelsea winning just a bit above United winning. That makes sense. If I had to like say who was gonna win, I probably would still put Chelsea to win before United, if I'm being honest.
And that's so interesting.
Yeah. So I think that's my thing though. But I think again that's like a personal, just like my experience with United fans growing up. I was like, nah, man, it's for life. That's
so I mean, that's what I said. Like, I think everyone's got their own their own thingies. That's why I said even for me, like, it's hard to rationalize it, but then I guess like if you're a United fan and you just hate Arsenal, then bro, who am about to tell you?
Yeah, exactly. It made the win even sweeter. For those fans, it made it sweeter.
Who am I to tell you? But it's interesting always seeing the rivalry because with me, it's like, especially because City, when I was growing up, obviously City weren't good. So they were never a threat. Maybe it was probably maybe a little bit similar to like how Arsenal fans viewed Spurs, like
probably was
back in the day. Like, do you get me? So it's like they weren't a threat. They might win some derbies or whatever the case may be, but they're still, again, like, especially because my family, they're born in like Stretford, like Old Trafford, like that's proper. We're talking like the red side of Manchester. So it's like City were always a thing in my household. Like, even though they weren't a threat, they're still City. Like, do you get me? And like we still don't like them. Like, do you get me? Then they got money and they got good. And then there's an element of like, oh well, you just got bought and whatever, blah blah blah. But then we don't like seeing what's happening. And then you've got Aguero, where it's just like, oh, crazy. Then it's trebles and 4 in a row, and it's just like, okay, like this is all crazy. So it's like, obviously with them winning, then it makes your feelings towards them like stronger. Like, even Liverpool, like they're just, that one's self-explanatory. Then with Arsenal, like they were like, you were born into like whole Keane, Vieira, Wenger, Fergie, like crazy rivalry. And then obviously you moved to the Emirates later on, 06, and then Chelsea had come along by that point, and I feel like you just kind of never recovered. And then United, when we were able to go again, and then like recover, and then obviously we get a 3P, get the champs, and then like we're always able to win a couple more titles. And then like the thing is with Arsenal is like there was back when it was in that when we were going at it, it was like because that was like the earliest memories of football, and it's like, oh man, these man, bro, like it's mad. But then obviously when kind of like even like the RVP stuff happened or whatever, for me it was great for us and it was funny, but I feel like a lot of the hatred was more so from you towards us. Like, do you get me? Like with me, I found it much more funny. Yeah, I found it funny. Like, do you get me?
Of course you
like,
did.
Yeah, and then obviously later on, like later on when things, I feel like like we've not gone at it. We'll see what the future holds as regards to these next few seasons. But it's like we've not gone at it like for titles in ages. Like, do you get me? So then when you got Liverpool and City, like with me, it was always an easy choice as regards to who I'd rather win the league.
No, I hear it, and then it's interesting you say that because I think competitiveness also like adds to because now I would say and then after I would have never thought about City before. We're now City or fourth in that list in terms of my rivalries now in terms of teams I also have an opinion on, like because they were even with us as an Arsenal fan. Yeah, like because they were also catching up to us as well in terms of being the third most successful team. So our also fall off was starting to become a bigger issue with how successful City were in such a short period of time.
Like, because they overall league titles, you're now on 14, they're on 10. So if they had won this league, they would have been on 11 and you would have been on 13. So they've only just been 2 behind.
Yeah, and the way things were looking, you're done, boy. So honestly, but man, but I think to go back to what you were saying earlier, I also do think that like we can talk about it later on in terms of like what like probably like after this week, because next season 2 is gonna be very interesting to see what happens and the favorites and etc. and Arsenal going forward. But I definitely will think that title probably won't hit like this again unless we go another 20 years. So I agree with what you're saying. I think it's how long we've gone. I think it's a constant second place finishes and like how close it was, the pressure build up from everyone around us, and like just feeling that pressure if we didn't get over the line. That just the relief I think of just like finally getting over the line and just having that kind of like stress off our back. I think that's what all kind of just came out on that Tuesday, and that's what kind of led to the 100%. Scenes that we saw, man. So probably a title won't hit like this again. Even like it probably won't.
Yeah, unless you went like a I think probably there's a good chance whenever the next United title is, that would probably hit the most.
Yeah,
and I've seen 6, and but because of the context of everything.
That where you are and just like how long it'll take for you to get back. Your club has to move. Like there's so many things that culminates into it in terms of like your club making the right decision, having the quality of player, having the consistency, and that's why. And before we kind of get into the final thing, I think the person I'm outside of like Arsenal fans and stuff, Arteta is what I'm so happy for, man. Because I feel like even him, the job that he did would have just not got the credit that he deserved if he just didn't get over the line. And because the fact that he's been able to get over the line now, I think it just changes how people like have to speak about him now going forward.
Bro, football's about fine margins. Because I even said it. It's like even if he went to be able to get over the line, I don't think the owners would have ever sacked him, but the fans would have won him gone.
Yeah,
and I think it would have been a thing of, it would have definitely been much more of a thing of, like, you done like a great job, but if you just can't finish it off, then you can't finish it off, and it's crazy how history will remember you based on those things. Even if you look at like Southgate, for example, who is like he got England to 2 finals and a World Cup semi-final, like which is the best that we've seen in our lifetimes of any England manager ever. Like, do you get me? Whereas like, you get to Euros final against Italy, Euros final against Spain, and then the World Cup semi-final against Croatia. But because he weren't able to get any of those over the line, it's like, cool, you're just.
You know what to add to that? You know what's so funny? I saw like him being like linked a little bit to like Palace taking a job. I see Palace fans like, "Oh, I don't want that." And I'm like, it kind of, I think it just kind of adds to what you're saying, that like for what he's done and what he achieved, you think as a Palace fan, I heard maybe it's not the sexiest name, but
bro, them
like,
man are winners now.
Like, yeah,
them man are winners now.
It's true. This is before they want to be fair, but yeah, all right. This is even before they went, all right.
We know how to get over the line.
All right, you're all right. They don't want to take a step back.
So you might mess up our whole flow.
That's fair. He's the reason we didn't win the Europa League. All right, cool.
That's why it'll be.
All right, cool. That's fair. But I was trying to add to your point in terms of just like, because of him not getting over the line, he's kind of like name and stuff is just still seen as just like not a name that even a team like Paris would want as their manager.
Bro.
Like,
and if he did, he would have been he would have been immortal.
Yeah, it's true.
Do you get me? Bringing England's first trophy since 1966. Like, England have never won the Euros before. Like, imagine if you won both of those finals.
Yeah,
like,
crazy.
Do you get me? Like, it's World Cup, not since 66.
Greatest English manager of all time.
Oh, what? Bro, like, imagine if he got the World Cup. It's like, bro, like, back that he could have done a 3 in a row, bro.
Yeah,
like, do you get me? Well, it wouldn't have been in a row. There was the World Cup 2022. They got to the quarters against France, but like 3 in that period, which would have been crazy. But but you weren't able to get over the line, like, and that's just what it is. And like that's how history remembers you, unfortunately. So I think for Arteta, like it was great that he was able to get over the line. And I always said it as well. I said, with all the stuff of like style of football and all of those conversations, whatever the case may be, that may be something maybe that people revisit next season. Arsenal fans revisit next season if they see that, you know what, there's not progression or it's not affecting them or whatever the case may be. But I think 2 important things now, which I knew was always going to be the case, no one's going to care. Like when you've got that first league title of the year, in that moment, all of that goes out the window. Everything that's been said, all of that, people that weren't happy with Gyökeres, whatever, blah, blah, blah. All of it don't matter. Do you get me? Then later on, even if those conversations start to creep up again, he's given himself much more leverage. Like, do you get me? Because it's like, okay, well, at least we know we can win with you, and the fans will all remember those memories of like Tuesday night and all of that.
He wins that Champions League. We'll get into it later. But if he gets over the line in that, oh my god, he can go the next 3 years and not win nothing, bro. I don't want to say that. I don't have to be like, it's okay, give him time. He needs a double. It took him.
I think you're underestimating how
crazy people move.
Yeah, no, I think you're underestimating
how long we give him,
how people live in the moment. Yeah, bro.
That's fair.
Yeah, do you get me? But I get your point. Your point still stands. That like you go, bro. I've seen people having a conversation. I personally, again, I don't think this would be the case, but people are having the conversations where, like, if he wins the Champions League, would he overtake Wenger? And I was that's crazy. Yeah. And I was like, but if he's able to deliver.
I was actually going to ask you where you think you'd rank that. Would you rank this season better than the Invincibles? Arsenal won the Prem and Champs.
Yes.
Very quickly. You'd rank as a better achievement than the Invincibles.
Yeah. With me, I've always, again, this is first and foremost, the Invincibles is an incredible achievement. I don't ever want to downplay it. Like, do you get me? You can't downplay it. You didn't lose the game. Yeah. 26 wins, 12 draws. People say, 12 draws, whatever the case may be. You can go invincible and not win the league, blah, 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 blah. All of that is whatever, because you did win the league and you didn't lose the game. And to make things sweeter, like in the process of winning the league, you won it at White Hart Lane whilst going invincible. So, great achievement. But with me, like, the Champions League, to win the Premier League and the Champions League in the same season is an incredible feeling. And for Arsenal, the significance would be even madder because you've never won the Champions League before. And I feel like that is like it's the last stick that your ops, like, I feel like that's why it's like, especially like Chelsea, like when it comes to this whole London thing, It's like they already. I think a lot of our Chelsea fans deep down they already know what it is, but that's the last thing they hold on to. If Arsenal get that European Cup, then and I think also you're just gonna see, like, even as regards to like your growth as a football club and your fan base, because the winning breeds fans. That's just the truth.
It does.
That's what happens.
You
win, you get more fans. That's just, it's very simple. Like, you get me? You get more popularity, you get more visibility. People from all corners of the world, they fall in love with the story, and then boom, all of a sudden, the next generation, there's just much more Arsenal fans. If Arsenal are able to get in the Champions League, then what it does is crazy, because again, no one can ever come to you with the whole Europe thing again, and then to be able to win the league and the Champions League in the same season, I feel like that's incredible. If you win the Champions League just by itself is crazy, but I think if you look at when Liverpool won it in 05, like that was the miracle in Istanbul. They weren't the best team in the league, all of that. When Chelsea won it 2012, they weren't in the best team in the league. But I think if you're able to win it, like in a season where it's like you've won the league, like United done it in 08 and 99, and then you also look at like City, of course, when they got it in their treble season, when you're able to win the league and win the Champions League, it's madness. So with me, like, as great as the Invincibles, as great as the achievement the Invincibles is like, like to win the Premier League and the Champions League in the same season, for me it tops that. That's why, like, even before, I remember having a conversation with some Arsenal fans like years ago about like the whole treble versus Invincible, and I said, you lot are taking a mick. I said, what? I said, you go into the season and your objective is to try and win like all the trophies, and you bring the 3 major trophies home, holding them like this, brother.
It's mad. It's mad.
So if you're able to win, if you're able to win both of those, then I don't think there's anything like, again, now it becomes a thing of like when we're talking about like Arsenal, it now becomes a thing of like, okay, you've got 14. Now the conversation shifts to like, can you narrow that gap between United and Liverpool to 20 and start to work your way towards there? Like, can you go back to back? Like, can you thingy? Okay, you've got a European Cup now. It's like, how many more can you add? Because it's like all of a sudden it's like Liverpool, obviously they've got 6, Chelsea have got 2, United have got 3, City have got 1. You win this, you equal City. You get another one, you equal Chelsea. You get one more, you equal United. Things can change very quickly. Things can change. So all of a sudden, it now becomes a thing of like, and if Arsenal are able to like get the thing with winning, like, your fan base is already huge across the globe. So if you're able to now boost up the league titles and get the European success, then all of a sudden, bro, man, like, you're looking at an absolute giant of a football club making a real move as regards to even trying to like even narrow that gap with United and Liverpool. So it would be crazy, but I do want to preference this vote, just because I've seen some people have these conversations, and with me, I just don't like disingenuous things. I think, you know what it is with me. As much as I love Manchester United, and honestly, you'll struggle to find someone that loves Man United more than me. I love football, and I really like stories and things, and whatever the case may be. And I feel like, regardless, and I think this is where this league title was so important, because if you didn't get over the line, then the pressure on this Champions League final would have been crazy. Because it's like, it's do or die.
Bro, I also want to say that it would have been a bigger spectacle if Arsenal had lost the league, because more people would be more excited to watch this game. I guess people watch it anyway, but because if Arsenal had lost again with a narrative of them Arsenal finishing with no trophy, that would have increased the excitement in a lot of people.
That would have been mad. That would have been mad. But regardless of what happens on Saturday, it's been a great season for you. Like, I think it's one of them ones where it's like, if you do win it, you can't brush off the Champions League, because it's the Champions League. So it's like I've seen some people talk about free hit, like the Champions League can't be a free hit. It's the Champions League. Bro. It's like it can't that can't be, especially given that context. Like, do you get me? I remember when United lost in 2009, we won the league. We won the league and the Champions League the year before, and I was still heartbroken. Like, do you get me? And we wanted the league, we wanted the season before. So I think you can't brush it off. But regardless of what happens, you've got over the line, man. So it's like, regardless, like that parade, which again, just quickly to touch on that, I know there's been a lot of talk. I've been seeing things about rival fans wanting to go.
I was gonna ask you, bro. You
I was thinking, bro, don't make me laugh. I'll just go now. But yeah, I think. What do you think about that, bro? Do you think?
I think it's
trolls. Do you think it's trolls?
No, I think some people are gonna go, man. I'm not saying that that's not gonna happen. But I'm just. Okay. Do you think those it's trolls? It's TikTok. It's content. It's. Nah, I genuinely feel like people are gonna, because you know what it is, like even there, like I think people the love of women, I don't know what to call it, bro. Just a fact that it's just like so many people
a time out,
like a time, like it's an event that people, it's FOMO. I think is what it is as well. It's like people are like, aside from even Arsenal ever, there's gonna be a lot of people there. There's gonna be a lot of women there. I feel like a lot of people are gonna go for those reasons, which is.
But the reason why I say for me, like it has to be a troll thing, is because it's like I don't know how you can be in an environment which is celebrating like another team like winning, where they're singing those songs, like where they're like, do you get me? Where it's like, because also I think a lot of people, it's like, I don't think some people also understand what a parade is. Like,
they think they're catching wines, bro.
Do you get me? Things might happen. Like, do you get me? Wait and see. But I just even think like some people, they just don't like understand the concept of what a trophy parade is. Like,
that's the thing as well, though. To add is, I think it's definitely not someone who's like invested in football in their team that's going. I think that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think a lot is people who is like. I think it's a lot of people where it's like, they don't have any investment in their team, and it's content. Like, do you get me? Because even when I was seeing things of like, I saw like some rival fans. I think I saw a thing of like a Chelsea fan go to the Emirates with the Chelsea kit, and a United fan go to the Emirates with the United kit. And I feel like surely it's content. Like, do you get me? Because it's like, surely it's like you. I remember, bro. I remember, I was in Manchester Saturday night. Saturday night. Well, prior to the final game. Okay.
No, it's when they won the FA Cup. When City won the FA Cup. So Saturday, where City they beat Chelsea in the FA Cup final. I was in Manchester that night. And I remember there was a bit where it's like going to get something to eat, and like black of City fans walk in, and they're all singing their songs and all of that, and I felt disgusted. Like, I said, bro, where are my Reds? Like, I felt disgusted. Like, do you get me? I was like, oh my, I need to get out of here. I felt disgusted. So it's like, I feel like, like I can't even imagine like wanting to be in an environment where there's like a bunch of Liverpool fans, a bunch of thingy, even like Spurs fans, where there's no real beef. I don't want to be there. Like, do you get me? It's like, I don't want to be there. Like, do you get me? It's like, so I think it's a lot of people who are invested, and you know where it is. I think obviously we're in like a peak social media era. Obviously the last time Arsenal won the league was 2004, where social media wasn't a thing. Like, do you get me? So it's like, I think we're now seeing loads of different things and elements where it's like, okay, you know what, these are the type of things that are gonna go on within this social media internet TikTok era, which is
Yeah, it's mad though, because I don't know. Maybe Arsenal being that banter, social media coinciding with it, the fact that that you'll get views if you discuss it at this time because there's so many eyes in it. I can't imagine like a Chelsea parade and Arsenal fans are like, because of like girls or content, we're gonna go put on a Chelsea top or it's mad to me. Like I can't even fathom that. Like being happy. Bro, like it's mad. Like, when you flip, you see how crazy it is. Mad,
bro. What? Like, that's like, I told you, I was even just in the shot, bro. That the City fans were there, bro. I felt yuck. I was like, I was singing about, this. Get me out of here. Like, So I can't imagine it, man. Crazy. But hopefully though, like everything is safe. Land,
you know like the Liverpool happened last year.
Hopefully.
That's why you've seen that they're not lifting the trophy.
I did see that
and stuff, which again a bit disappointing from an Arsenal perspective, but I get why. I also understand why they're not doing it because you just congregate all those people into one area and then you just get mad in it. So it's okay. We saw them lift it on the TV, man. So that's gonna have to do. But man. But definitely from Arsenal perspective, now we're chilling, man. But before we kind of get into predictions, but I guess what happened with the predictions prior. Obviously, we didn't predict the last game week, which was my bad. I was meant to call you. We were meant to do the final prediction, but it didn't happen. But I guess we'll see where the table's at following the previous one. I just thought it'd be good to really, if I share my screen, we can just quickly flick through the final positions, the main teams, and just discuss it a little bit. But that'll be good. Give me a second. Let me just get that open. Window. And this share. Just get that open. Okay. So obviously we have discussed Arsenal finishing top, winning, which again, man, actually very nice because we remember after that City game, we said, you know what, we have to win all our games now. So I'm very proud of the boys for actually getting their job done and winning the games that we needed to win, which ultimately led to us winning the title. It was so funny. I've seen people complaining about, this worst title ever. I was like, Liverpool got 84 points last year. So that's what made that winning that last Palace game just even sweeter as well. That's okay, not that it even mattered, but like complain about something else. So no man. So complain about something else. So that was very nice. And it makes the gap to see look even crazy. But I don't know if you want to touch on obviously Pep a little bit here too, because obviously City were our closest competitor this season. I think not a lot of people probably had them down going into the season as being one of the favorites going into it, because I think people did kind of see it as maybe a transitional year. Last year was really poor for them, but I guess January they were 2 points off. They go and pick up Semenyo, they go pick up Gay, they make it a race until the final few weeks. But I don't know if you have any kind of thoughts on I guess City's finish and obviously that last game against Villa as well.
Firstly, we're just Pep, Pep, as happy as I am to see him go, man, one of the greatest managers ever. And what he's achieved at City has been absolutely incredible. To dominate and to build a dynasty is never easy. Do you get me? We've got great Premier League managers who have never been able to do that. Even Wenger, he got 3 Premier League titles. He was never able to go back to back. It's a difficult thing to do. It's not easy at all. I actually think in the Premier League, the only managers in the Premier League era, the only managers who have gone back to back are Fergie, Mourinho, and Pep.
I think that's right.
They're the only ones. Klopp wasn't able to, Wenger wasn't able to. Obviously, Ranieri didn't with Leicester. When Blackburn won it, Dalglish, no. The only ones is Fergie, Mourinho, and Pep. So it's a very, very difficult thing to do. So let alone win 4 in a row. Man, incredible. Man, he deserves obviously like a lot of praise for everything that he's done. But yeah, man. Oh yeah, I was happy to see him go, man.
I was going to ask you, do you entertain any of the Fergie versus Pep conversations in terms of like who's the greatest manager, or like to you is it just what's your take on that?
Pep has been incredible. He's been phenomenal. Sir Alex Ferguson's the greatest Premier League manager of all time. That's what we're dealing with. Like, I think even Pep, and again, I don't want to take anything away from Pep because Pep has done sensational things. But one thing that I don't even like when we have this conversation is that I think a lot of people, they are very like they refuse to contextualize where both clubs were when both managers took over. So Pep took over Manchester City in 2016. They won the league in 2012, obviously the Aguero moment under Mancini. Then they won the league in 2014 under Pellegrini. And then obviously Pep came in 2016. So they'd won 2 league titles within the last 5 years when he came. So City, they didn't have the domination that they had under Pep, of course not. But they had won league titles. They were accustomed to winning. Like they were in a position to challenge and a position to win things. When Fergie came to United partway through the 1986 season, we hadn't won a league title for almost 20 years. We hadn't won a league title since the 60s. He came partway through 1986. It's not even that we hadn't even just won a league title. That's doing it a disservice. United had been relegated more recently than they'd won a league title. So it's like just it's apples and oranges. Like I think when Fergie came and took over Manchester United, we were 21st in the league out of 22 teams. Like it's just like, so when people are saying, oh, like look at Fergie's first 6 years and then look at Pep's, and it's just like, bro, it's not the same context at all. Like, do you get me? Fergie had to firstly just fix everything. Like, do you get me? Again, we not won the league title for almost 20 years. Like, there was a lot of things that needed to be worked on and improved. Like, when people think about Manchester United, I think a lot of them, they think about Manchester United with Fergie in mind, and they think about what they grew up on. But that Manchester United that Fergie took over, Arsenal had more league titles than us. Everton had more league titles than us. We had the same league titles as Villa. We had 7 league titles, bro. Fergie finished with 20. Like, do you get me? Yeah, we'd been relegated more recently than we won a league title. We hadn't won a league title since 1967. So it's like people think of Manchester United, and even when they talk about even a lot of the time the spending, what people say Fergie spent and how he outspent other managers, a lot of the information is inaccurate. But even before we even get to that bit where United are dominating and we are able to go to your Newcastles and get Andy Cole, and we are able to go and get a Wayne Rooney and all of that stuff. But long before we even get there, like Manchester United were in a completely different place. So I feel like whenever we're having that conversation, it's like you've got to contextualize where City were at when Pep took over and where Manchester United were at when Fergie took over. The Manchester United that Fergie took over isn't the Manchester United. Don't get me wrong, we're still a massive club, we're still big, but we were a fallen giant. Like that's what it was. Like, do you get me? I told you, my dad was alive when United got relegated. Like, do you get me? You see how everyone's speaking about Spurs and what almost happened, bro. Imagine that being the reality. Like, do you get me? So yeah, like I think it's just one of them ones that but I don't want to take anything away from what Pep achieved. But yeah, man, for me, like Fergie's the Premier League GOAT. Like that's what
so do you think that against when it then comes to overall, do you think it's closer then? Obviously, I get the Premier League specifically.
I think Premier League specifically is Fergie. I think overall, if you're like taking everything with me, I'm still gonna go with Fergie, but then I feel like there's more room. Like, do you get me, as regards to because obviously with what Pep did at Barcelona, of course it was an all-time great team. And obviously you had the greatest player ever with Messi playing in that team. You had some of the greatest midfielders, Xavi, Iniesta, that we've ever seen. But Pep still had a lot to do with, like, obviously how they were playing, how they were functioning. Obviously, a lot of it comes from Cruyff and all the work that he'd done all of those years ago, and total football, and like tiki taka kind of being an evolution of all of that. But yeah, obviously what he did with Barcelona, getting the 2 league titles. Bayern, he weren't able to get the Champions League. Obviously the league, he done well as regards to the league, but most managers do. So yeah, like he's got a great legacy. With me again, Fergie, I've spoken about the Manchester United thing already, but then I've seen a lot of people talk about it. But Aberdeen, like that's what he had done before, and then obviously you've got a Celtic and a Rangers, and he was able to get league titles over there.
I saw something that he's still the last person to win it.
Outside of Celtic and Rangers.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was the last one. Obviously, Hearts nearly did. I watched that game. I was rooting for them, and I'm not gonna lie. I think they got shafted from the game before when they gave Celtic a penalty in the last minute. Yeah, man. But yeah, I felt really bad for Hearts, and I just thought it would have been really good for Scottish football for someone outside of those teams, 2 teams to win it, bro. Like, yeah, because how can you go that long? Like, people want to talk about like
they did Barca,
Madrid, whatever. This is like the Scottish league is just different. Like, do you get me? So yeah, but yeah, he beat Real Madrid in the Cup Winners' Cup in the European final. Like, he's still the last manager to beat Real Madrid in the European final. So I think Pep is like, if you give Pep all of the resources he needs, this guy is like, he's incredible. Like, do you get me? It's like, it's like the peak that he can get to is crazy. Like, do you get me? Like, but then I think where Fergie's genius comes into it is he can do things with teams and take clubs in situations that not other managers wouldn't be able to function with what he's got at hand. Or he's able to take a United team who hadn't won a league title in 20 years or almost 20 years and hadn't won and had been relegated more recently than they won a league, and he's able to build and then dominate. He's able to take Aberdeen and win league titles, obviously, when you've got a Celtic and Rangers there, and then beat Real Madrid in the European Cup final. So it's like which is like, I feel like that's his superpower. You know, even when sometimes we talk about some of those United teams towards the end, and it's like you're talking about like Cleverley and Anderson, and like, do you get me?
And that last Prem team that he won with,
bro,
you guys are still being punished for whatever you have to sacrifice to get that over the line. Yeah,
do you get me? Some of the things that he's able to win with, like, do you get me? So it's like, so I feel like that's his genius. Like, where it's like, Fergie can go into a team and it's like, bro, he can just create magic even if the resources aren't there. But then I think Pep, he can take, if he's given all of the things he needs, the heights that he can reach is a madness. Like, do you get me? So it's like, so with me, I will side with Fergie. But with the Premier League specifically one, then man.
Yeah, it's definitely Fergie.
With me, I think that's Fergie. But Pep's an all-time great manager.
Yeah, but last question on that then. Like, what do you think is next for Pep? Because he's not even that old, really. Like, do you think he's done?
No, he's not.
Do you think he's?
No,
I think happens with him?
I personally think probably he'll take a break, and then I feel like probably international.
You think that's
yeah?
He's so obsessive that like, can he handle just the international?
You know what? I think that the interesting thing would have been, for whatever reason, like, there's never ever been like any strong links to it as far as I've seen. But it's like the interesting thing would have been for him to go back to Barca. Like, like, I feel like that would have been, obviously, because like he's a Catalonian. Like, do you get me? It's like, that's his, like, he's not only manager, but he's a player. Like, he was part of the team that won them their first ever Champions League. Like, do you get me? It's like, so player wise and manager wise, like, that's the club of his heart. So but there's never been, I think, the fallout. Like, I think he really just needed to get away. and wanting to do something different, but he's never really been strongly linked to go back there. But I feel like that potentially could be something interesting for him. But if not, it's like I think it probably would be, because I don't think he will manage any other team in the Premier League.
Yeah, I don't see that.
If he's to go to Spain, he wouldn't manage any other team apart from Barca. And if he was to go to Germany, like I don't think he will go back.
I don't see him going back.
Yeah, he's already done Bayern. Yeah, like I don't think he'll go back.
Serie A is not strong enough for him to want to go there.
Yeah, like I'm not sure. Yeah, so I feel like with me, I think it would have to be. I think he would be international, or he went back to Barca.
No, that's a shout. To be
I've
honest,
not seen anything with that. Yeah,
but that could be down the line. I was just thinking like, is what happens even just like medium to long term. Because I agree that he's definitely going to take a break, and I can definitely see the international. But any other club, it's hard to see if it's not like maybe a return to Barca down the line. Obviously, they're good for now anyway. So definitely an interesting one. And like you said, man, to wrap up on City, definitely a great, and I'm happy to see the back of him, man. So it's going to make the Prem very, very interesting next going forward, because now there's not going to be a team. I don't see a team really dominating the way City will manage to dominate. So it's going to make things very interesting.
I was about to say, I was like, right, this is how it felt when Fergie left.
Oh,
I'll never forget the amount of managers. I mean, the amount of people that messaged me that day, like it was crazy, bro. People messaged me before. I think people messaged me before I even saw the news.
They were breaking the news to you,
bro. They were breaking the
news. Nah, man. Nah, that's what you want, man. When a manager comes and runs up the league the way Pep and Fergie did, you're always happy to see the back of them, man. So man, definitely done an amazing job. But I think next, we should touch on, because I think going into the final day, the only real talking point was what was going to happen with the relegation battle, because obviously going into it, it was still looking like Spurs had the job of just not losing. West Ham had to win. So I think, man, I don't know what your thoughts on that kind of final, how it ended up with West Ham winning 3-0, but it being too late to save them, and Spurs obviously getting the win they needed to keep them up in the Prem, man. I know we went back and forth a lot this season on what was going to happen, whether Spurs would go down, man. And by the skin of their teeth, they managed to stay up, man. All your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think going into the final game, I thought Spurs would stay up, but I feel like I think the Brentford and Newcastle games, I think West Ham needed to get a win there. And like I think them losing both games, like that was big. Then obviously what happened with the Arsenal match as well. And then I feel like, again, sometimes I think, and you got to give credit to Spurs, because I think they were very, very good in that game. But I feel like also that placement when they faced Villa at Villa Park, like it was just perfect for them as well. Like off the back of a loss in the semi-final of the Europa League, where they knew that they were gonna have to rotate and focus on that second leg to turn it around. And I think it was just the perfect time for Spurs to face them. And that's not to discredit Spurs, because I watched the match and I thought they were great. But man, like Villa was so bad that game, like so bad. So I feel like that was a massive turning point, them getting the win there. Like I think that was really, really big. Because like, I think there was times where it's like, even I remember the Palace game where it's like West Ham, they faced Palace.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, I think they had opportunities to really try and like really leave them Spurs like in trouble, but they weren't able to do it, man. So,
I remember that was the Everton game as well, where they go 1-0 and then Everton equalized in the dying minutes as well to stop them. Like,
no, they won that one.
Oh, they won that one in the end. I think Spurs also won. Is why Spurs stayed with them. Yeah, that's what it was. I think Spurs. Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, they won that one. Yeah, they got Everton equalized, but then they got the winner. I think it was Wilson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Wilson got the winner.
Yeah. So now Spurs, man, they definitely by the skin of their teeth they stayed up, and we spoke about it, man. 270 back to back. If they're in this position next year, just send them down, man. Just send them down, because man, surely this has to be the wake up call. That
back to back 17th positions is crazy.
Like it's mad.
That's insane. Yeah,
it's mad. So, but Hey, listen, man, they go over the line, so we'll see them in the Prem next season. It's gonna be very interesting. And then I think we just fly through. I guess United, you guys got quite what was
very quickly, bro. Sorry,
Oh,
before that, the one thing I wanted to speak about, it's just it's to do with Spurs and it's also to do with Arsenal.
Okay,
but I was thinking about it the other day, and I was just like, I wonder how Eze is feeling, man.
Oh, man,
that whole storyline is crazy. Like, this guy was on his way to Spurs, and then Havertz gets the injury. Then, as far as we know, I think Eze is just checking in one more time, basically saying, "Yo, this is what's about to happen." Do you get me? But like, yeah, I'm just letting you guys know. Like,
just letting
you know.
Pressure.
No pressure. Just letting you know. Like, do you get me? And then obviously Arteta intervenes, Arsenal intervene. They're like, yeah, man, come over to the Emirates. And then obviously, Spurs are in a relegation fight. They finish 17th, and Arsenal win the league. And then in both derbies is what, a hat trick in one and a brace in the other. And I just feel like, yeah, man, you know, when God writes something for you, man, who dare change it? Who dare can change it? When God has just got your back like that. Because I was just thinking about it, and I was just like, that is crazy. Like, do you get me? And it's like, even the whole like, work out, like, it's just it's so poetic, like,
bro. Even for him, bro. Imagine going back to Palace to lift the Premier League,
all of that stuff, like all of that. It's just, it's all very man. Just like, yeah, man. It's like
his conviction in God has gone up to a different level, man.
Oh, what, bro?
It's gone up to a different level.
Next season, you're just gonna be
man. Bro, that's innovation
all the time.
Oh man,
that's the way you're gonna be seeing. But big up Eze, because that's crazy still. Yeah,
for real, man. That's definitely a crazy story. I agree, man. Definitely a crazy story, man. How different things could have been, but hey, listen, it worked out. So we thank God. We thank God, man. But yeah, no, I think I'm going through. I guess we'll talk about United a little bit, and we'll just fly through the rest. But yeah, United, you guys, comfortable 3-0 win against Brighton on the final day, which is quite interesting because Brighton also, they had a lot to play for, because they were looking like if Chelsea had done what they needed to do
most of the time.
Yeah. So Chelsea did what they needed to do. They don't get Europe. If Brentford did what they needed to do, they don't get Europe. So there was like, it wasn't in their hands. And so they definitely were going for it. But you guys very comfortably, 3-0, comfortable win, finish the season in third. I guess, how do you feel? How do you kind of like, what's your kind of take on, like, I guess, your season from United's perspective?
I think the performance was surprising. We played actually much better than I thought we would. We normally struggle away to Brighton. Brighton are a very good team. So yeah, man, like, I was surprised by the result and the performance. And like you said, we had nothing to play for, and it's weird because United done like a similar thing like last season. I remember last season was frustrating though, because I remember we put in that stinker in the Europa League final. Then we faced Villa on the last day.
Oh yeah,
and Villa are playing to get in the Champions League, and we're playing for absolutely nothing. And then we actually play well, and we win the game. And I was just like, that one was annoying. Whereas with this one, it was like, okay, like, it was just surprising, but it wasn't annoying. Obviously, it was a pleasant surprise that we played well. But yeah, man. As regards to the season, I just feel like, first and foremost, every single time, like, you get to the end of the season and it's like, let's say you've just secured top 4 or whatever, it just always reminds me, it's just like, trophies are just what it's all, I'll never buy into this whole finishing in the Champions League thing. Like, bro, like, if you just don't get the buzz, man, like it just don't hit. Like, it don't hit. Like, even last season was horrendous, absolutely horrendous, and obviously it finished awfully, but you see those moments against like Lyon in the Europa League quarterfinal and then Bilbao in the semi, bro, it was so good. Like, being at Old Trafford and just set, and it's like you've got the final to look forward to and whatever the case may be, and then let alone being in your position where it's like it's the Champions League final to look forward to and it's a Premier League title you're fighting for, the two big ones. But it's like, like, it's just, it just always will remind me that, like, trophies are just what you want to be fighting for when you're Manchester United. as regards to the season, though, it's weird, isn't it? We kind of just got to break it up. We've got like just like pre-Amarin and post-Amarin. So yeah, man. Like I feel like we just set ourselves back by just not making a decision sooner and just sorting that out sooner. Like, yeah, I think having Amarim there for that first half,
yeah, sorry, man. Your form is crazy. Like, you guys, if Kyrie came in, you would have been in a title race. If he kept that form the whole season.
Man, it was just, we just needed to just make the decision, but we didn't. And then with Carrick, it's like, obviously, he came in, we were knocked out of both domestic cups, 40-game season, and he done great, innit? Like, do you get me? It's like, like, I think it was out of 17 games, he won 12, drew 3, lost 2. Like, do you get me? Like, he done great. Like, like, beat Liverpool, beat Arsenal, beat City, beat Chelsea, beat Spurs, beat Villa. Like, he done great. Like, do you get me? So it's like, from a character perspective, it's like, like, he done great. Like, and I said it as well, it's like, from watching the other teams, we might talk about them a little bit, but when I looked at Liverpool, and I looked at Chelsea, that's what was even frustrating me with Amarim as well, man. So I was like, these man ain't on nothing. Like, I was just like, they're not on nothing, man. So then, when we got Carrick, I was very hopeful. And then even after the first few games, like I told you, I was like, bro, don't worry about United getting Champions League. And I remember, like, and I weren't even trying to be disrespectful to them, but I just felt like with the one game a week and what I was seeing from them, like, I was just like, they're on absolutely nothing. Like, so, like, bro, we should have this in the bag, to be honest. And like, I'm even just looking at the table now. I never even clocked the points difference. What is that? 11 points ahead of Liverpool, and
I think it's. Oh wait, actually, is it? Oh yeah,
11 points ahead of Liverpool, and that's Chelsea in 52. So 19 points ahead of Chelsea.
Wow,
which is crazy. So I was right. They went on nothing. So but man, I think with us, it's all been about next season. It's about transfers. It's about trying to like build, man, and just just be a serious football club. But this season it was just like cool. As regards to Carrick, he done great. He done what he needed to do. As regards to the season overall, how I feel, it's just like there's no excitement. There's no like joy. It's just like cool, that's good. Carrick, he could have only, like, he inherited the situation that he inherited, and he done well, and we are able to get Champions League football, and that's objective achieved. But there's nothing more than that. Man, like, obviously there's been a lot of talk about the assist record and stuff like that, Bruno, etc., whatever the case may be. And of course, I wanted Bruno to break the assist record. And I was happy that he did. But like, you want those type of things to happen when the team is also lifting major trophies. Like, do you get me? It's like the Ronaldo Ballon d'Or hits because it's like we're European champions and we've won back-to-back Premier League titles, like, and we were able to get a three-peat, and it's like that's when the player of the year hits, and do you get me, and all of that stuff. It's like, so it's like that's the context that you really want those type of things to be achieved in, like, do you get me? So ultimately that's the goal for Man United. But as regards to Carrick and the job he had to do, man, he done very well, so shout out to him. No, I feel like I hear it, man. Amrin definitely did a lot of damage to your season, but I just pretty much left you in a position where Carrick probably did the best he possibly could to salvage what was horrible. What was a horrible situation. So I think we actually finished just 7 points off City. I never even clocked that.
Like, I think the gap between you and City and us and City were the same. So, which is crazy. We finished 7 points above them in the end as well. So, Carrick did an amazing job, man. I think going from 17th the previous year to stabilizing and getting
15th,
back into
bro.
15th. Yeah, sorry, I was Spurs.
Big difference, bro.
Yeah, I don't know if it's that big, but cool.
Big difference, bro.
I don't know if it's that big. But cool. If he says a big difference,
don't slander our name.
My
Don't
bad.
slander our name.
My bad. All right, cool.
Oh,
15th.
last season was a nightmare. Oh,
bro.
my gosh.
15th. Like 15th. Yeah,
bad.
man. So I feel like, putting that in perspective, I feel like going from that to them back into top 4 the next year, I feel like I heard the lack of the trophy, and I completely hear you in it. But again, I think going into next year now, it definitely puts you in a position where, like we've spoken about numerous times, that it's really about what you do this summer. Because I will also say that I think the one game a week, that's where it benefited you. I don't think you guys can go into next season with a similar team, a similar squad, and just assume you'd get top 4 again. So you guys really do need to strengthen also to make sure you're in the conversation. Because next year, I think it's going to be a lot more competitive.
We've currently got one capable midfielder, bro.
It's true. Yeah.
It's
true. You don't even have the same squad. Your squad is even weaker.
There's no choice. Like, do you get me? There's no choice.
Yeah.
Like, even like Casemiro, he was very influential in like our goal tally. Even looking at the table is crazy because I think, last season we finished on, I think it was 42 points, I believe. Last season.
I think I heard that.
To 71, which is crazy. So man, just even seeing the thing. And I remember last season, I think we scored 24 goals. I mean, sorry, not 24 goals. 40. That'd be crazy.
Bro, how did you guys not get relegated?
I think we scored 42 goals, sorry. I think we scored 42 goals in the league 44. It was 44. I just see it now.
Okay.
We scored 44, and obviously this season we got 69. So it's just like and I feel like there's even much more room to grow in that department because we had some periods, for example, of like in Boomer where like he wasn't firing and stuff like that, and then the tackles would be more settled and etc. So big even just see, bro. Do you remember those times where it's like we were 0 in the league goals? Now even
I remember that.
On the goal difference.
I remember that.
Big for me.
I remember that. You guys kept sliding under 0. Every time you get close to it, you slide back under 0 again. I remember it was bad, man. So so fair play, man. Definitely have to take this as a stepping stone to, I guess, do better next season, man. So United finished 3rd, and then we've spoken about Villa already. Liverpool, nothing more to say about the fact that they also just crawled over the line. I was actually very disappointed that Bournemouth didn't get the win against City because it would have made their final game a lot more interesting as well.
Man.
Yeah, man. That was
I was trying to see Liverpool out of this champs.
Bro, I thought going back to what you're saying very quickly earlier, that it's also true that I think for the Prem, it would actually be nice for it to become a top 4 thing again. I think when Arsenal were bad, I was happy initially about that top 5, but now that the teams, you shouldn't be getting rewarded for finishing 5th in the Prem.
Man, I don't like it. And that's even regardless of what happens with United. Like, I feel like if United don't get top 4, then we don't deserve Champions League. It should just be top 4. Like, I don't like this.
I agree. But what was positive though is I was very happy to see Bournemouth, Sunderland, Brighton, and obviously now Palace after they won the Conference League, which now means there's going to be 9 teams in Europe next season.
I'm so sorry. I know you grouped all of them, but you can't even group them. Sunderland.
I know. You're right. First season back in the Prem. Yeah, you're right.
First 7th Europa League.
It's mad.
That is insane.
Yeah,
that is absolutely insane. So you get, especially with how the promoted teams have been doing. Like,
you get it's true.
Remember,
it was becoming a whole discussion of like, is the gap to the Prem too big now?
Do you get me? Like, for them to come up and finish 7th and get Europa League football, that is sensational. And to beat their fiercest rivals twice along the way as well, bro. Absolutely insane. Like, everyone talking associated with that football club deserves a massive round of applause because that's crazy. Like, whilst obviously, Bournemouth, they've done a great job as well. Obviously, Brighton, they ended up getting Europe as well. But I think Brentford as well.
I felt sorry for Brentford. I think, they did well, but
they just missed out. Yeah, man. Like,
too many draws in the end, man.
They just missed out. But Sunderland, sensational stuff still.
Nah, amazing. And then we have to, and then while we praise these teams, we have to look at this team over here that spent 2 billion plus to finish 10th in the Premier League, bro. This team over here that people were messaging me after City beat us 2-1, celebrating. I was like, do you see what your team is in the league? Do you see what your team is doing? So I'm even sad that he got Alonso because they didn't deserve that dopamine hit. Like they actually just didn't deserve that. So let's see how he does in it. But nah, man, they're absolutely mesh right now. So they're another team that need to go into next season and make some massive improvements after the season they've just had.
They've had an absolute shocker, and it's not even just this season. It's that like it's happened too many times. Like even if you zoom out and you look at like the last 10 years, it's like the amount of times there's been 10th before this. There was like a 12th somewhere there. Like the amount of times where it's like it's been like they finished with these double digit.
I know.
Digit. Not even outside the top 4. These double digit positions is crazy. That being said, I actually think we'll see. We have to see what the transfer window's saying, but so yeah, we'll see because they might troll. So I'll reserve full comments until that happens. But I actually think they do much better this next year. To be fair,
I think so too. Yeah. I think they realized and they finally got the manager that they should have got a while ago in it. So they got a good manager coming in and it seems like they've been humbled enough that they're gonna have to change how they're running. But like you say, we have to see it before we can give them any credit for that, man. So but again, it just makes like a Sunderland, Brighton, Brentford, Bournemouth, all these teams finishing above them. It just highlights how well those teams did and just how poorly they've done, man. Finishing level on points with their rivals Fulham.
And the crazy thing as well is that I said their rivals Fulham. So it's like it's true that man are local.
Bro.
But it's crazy as well because even going into that final day is like bro, it was still all the favors. All the favors. Like, do you get me? Like United slapped Brighton, like Brentford, were able to get the win. Like all of that happened, and it's like,
it still couldn't do it, man. God, they even lost out to Sunderland. It couldn't do it crazy. Like Sunderland took Europe out of their hands. Man. So they're in a mess, man. But hey, man, we'll be back next season. But yeah, man, I think that kind of wrapped up what was. Again, I know there's a lot of talk, boring Premier League, but I personally feel like this has probably been one of the most competitive Premier Leagues that we've seen, man. It was so tough for every team to get the points it needed. Again, probably not the most entertaining from a I
think that's it. But I think it's competitive. It's the entertaining thing, which is I think they're separate.
Yeah. I think so too. So yeah, man. But hey, that being said, Arsenal finally got over the line, man, after so many close calls, and we finished top of the Premier League. And yeah, man, I think before we go into just previewing the champs a little bit, bro, I think it'll be good to see what the prediction tables were saying at the end. I'm very concerned. But
hey, man,
let's see, man. How did it go?
This is where we're at.
I got one. No.
This is where we're at, man.
Oh no.
What happened? This is where we're at.
Arsenal won. I wasn't able to match them. Oh man.
Yeah, man. Hey, I told you, bro. Over there, over the year, I can always rely on your United bias.
Damn. Oh man.
It's like, just keep chipping away at that lead. Hey, man. It's not even just the United bias. It's the United bias. It's the City bias.
Oh man, that's what let me down. God damn. Okay, what happened, man? How did I lose this?
So yeah, obviously the week before, let's contextualize it. So it was a 4-point gap. And then obviously we had a few predictions. So City and Palace, we both went for 2-1 City wins. I think that ended up finishing 3-0. You, Villa and Liverpool, you went for a 1-1 draw. I went for a 2-1 Villa win. It was a 4-2 win in the end. 4-2 win in the end to Villa.
I remember that game. Okay.
I believe. Yeah, it was on the Friday.
Okay.
Yeah, it was on the Friday. So yeah, I think it was a 4-2 win, I think. Van Dijk got both of the goals for.
Oh yeah, I remember now. Yeah.
For
That's
Liverpool.
why that
but
slot guy as well, man. He's another
yeah.
one. I'm happy he's here next season. That
Yeah.
salty guy, bro. Talking about Arsenal win the league, but a lot of set pieces. You know how many set pieces Liverpool have scored this time of the year? Shout out, man. About but a lot of
It's all
set
a mess
pieces.
over
Shout
there,
out,
man.
Yeah,
it's all
man.
a mess over
Sorry,
there. But yeah,
fine.
yeah. So yeah, that was 4-2. Yeah, Watkins got a brace, Rodgers and McGinn. But yeah, United. We both went for United wins. You didn't allow your bias to affect you here. So yeah, it was 2-1. We both went for 2-1 wins. It ended up finishing 3-2. We both went for West Ham 2-1 wins over Newcastle. That was 3-1 to Newcastle. We both also went for Everton 2-1 wins over Sunderland, and Sunderland were able to get the win over there. I think that was 3-1. Then we went for 3-0 wins, Arsenal Burnley. It was 1-0 Arsenal. You got a correct result here, not a correct score, but you went for a 2-2 Bournemouth City draw. I went for a City 2-1 win. So that was 1 point for you there. We both went for Chelsea 2-1 wins over Spurs. So that was 3 points each for correct scoreline, finished 2-1. And then FA Cup, we both went for the same thing. So we went for City to win 2-1 against Chelsea. Both went for Haaland. But obviously we done the minute of the goal scored, whoever's the closest.
What happened with that now?
Yeah, so obviously I went for the 30th minute for City to score, and yeah, like you were trying to think which one do you want to go for. You went for 25 minutes, so you went for before man, and then obviously Semenyo got the winner in the second half. So yeah, that was an extra 2 points for me. So yeah, all of that stuff led us here. So yeah, man. Yeah.
Okay, Major man. Like I said, yeah. You can be. Yeah, please just remember I have holidays coming up. Please be,
bro. That's what you said before.
I know, but still,
these are two years worth of debts now.
I know. I have to hold it, man. Send me the shirt that you want. Man.
Yeah, man.
Well, congratulations.
Hey, man. If there's any commiserations, I would much rather swap circumstances. So
yeah. I hear it. You know what? Yeah, it's true. The happiness I felt this last couple of weeks. Yeah, last week.
If United won the league, you can take the prediction league, bro. So yeah.
I heard that.
So yeah, I would rather be where you're at. So, but yeah, I guess it's a nice little win for me.
All right, man. I'll be back. I'll be back next season, man. I'll be back. I'll go back to the drawing board. But and again, like you say, man, it can still get even better for me, man, because the Premier League might be done. But I think before we wrap up, it'd be good to talk a little bit about obviously this massive game that we have this weekend where Arsenal are going up against the juggernauts. What people are saying is the best team in Europe, the best attack, the most entertaining team, the best midfield. Understand all of that. The best manager that's probably still out here right now. Obviously, Pep leaving that void open. So, man, it's gonna be a massive game, man. So I wanted to get your take on just initial thoughts going into it. I know, obviously, I think even the bookies, everyone, PSG are definitely the favorites. But how would you weigh if you had to like kind of give like a out of 100, like PSG winning? What would you give that? And then give me your thoughts in the game.
I would give it like 55% PSG, 45% Arsenal.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're calling it closer than I think even a book isn't that 60-40 or something. I think last time I saw
it. Yeah, no, I would edge it to PSG, but I feel like it's styles make fights, man.
They do make fights.
Yeah, I always say that, man. Styles make fights, and I think.
Just to add one more context into it. I also wonder why you're also talking. I want to also get your take on like how much a chance you feel like us winning the Prem has also increased that odd. Like how would you have changed that number if we hadn't got the Prem over the line? I guess while you're talking.
If you didn't get the Prem over the line, then I would probably add like extra 10.
Really?
So yeah, like extra 10 might be, because there's the element of like you would also been more desperate that all no, I would make it 60-40. I'll make it 60-40. Yeah. I'll make it 60-40.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd add an extra 5. Yeah, I'll make it 60-40 because I still feel like, yeah, it's you've still big. If the heartbreak of what would have happened, the players know that this is a chance to redeem themselves. So there still would have been a lot. But then I just think also winning the Prem definitely is more significant because I just think mentally, like, it helps alleviate pressure. So yeah. But yeah, man, like I think styles make fights. I think this is going to be an interesting one still. Like I think obviously PSG have done brilliantly over these last couple of years. Enrique, they've built like a great team. They've got great players. They play great football. They're brilliant to watch. So it's like, yeah, I know I'll never forget. It was the first leg against Liverpool where it was like, bro, you know what I mean? Like, bro, I love football so much. I was just watching and I'm analyzing and I was looking at the midfield and I was just like, bro, these men are amazing. Like, I'd been watching them before, but it's like,
you know what it is? I don't think you've called me before, like the way you called me that day. Like, bro, you were so disgusting,
bro, because Liverpool somehow won the match, bro, and I felt yucky. I was like, I don't know how they got away with this. It hurt my heart. Like, I was so happy PSG knocked them out. But yeah, man, it hurt my heart because it was like, not only do I hate Liverpool, but also like, bro, this has been a joy to watch. So it just felt so unjust. So yeah, I was happy PSG were able to do what they needed to do, and from there, man, yeah, they've been brilliant. Like last year, obviously, they absolutely tore Inter Milan to shreds. 5-0. Yeah, I'm not expecting that at all. I think it will be a close game. I think, yeah, like I said, styles make fights. I think PSG, they've got a brilliant attack. That midfield has been great as well. I think Arsenal, we know how great you are at set pieces. I think that like is going to be big, like, because yeah, man, like in these type of situations, it's, who cares how you score? Just get the ball in the back of the net as long as it's legal. So yeah, like we saw again, even against Burnley, like, do you get me? Saka corner, Havertz header, bang. Like, do you get me? It's just things like that can make all of the difference. So yeah, I think set piece wise, that'll be important. I think I'm really interested to see who Arteta goes with.
Yeah, that was gonna be my next question.
Because I think there's a couple. I think there's a few things which I'm not sure about as regards to what he's going to do. I think firstly, Gyökeres or Havertz. I think that's one that I'm curious. The second one is the midfield. So whether he decides to do the Lewis Skelly, Rice, Odegaard thing, and then maybe plays Eze on the left, whether Zubimendi will come back into the team. Like, yeah, like that's also. And then me personally, I would be surprised if Timber starts. Yeah, like, I would be surprised. I think it's difficult when it's like you've been out just for the first game for you to come back. Like, I think you've just got to be fully fit, man. Like, yeah, so like
it's a risk as well, man. Because I also remember even like the Spurs Liverpool final, and I remember that game. It was Kane that was coming off the back of an injury. I wasn't fit, and they played him, and I think it definitely impacted because you just told he just wasn't 100%. So like that, I think back to that, like, yeah,
it's that, bro. Like, the thing is as well, it's not even one of them words where it's like, oh, you know what, you can come back and you know you're gonna be the ball dominant side where you're not really gonna get tested like that, bro. Like, you'll come back and you're gonna be up against Kvaratskhelia. So
the best left wing in the world right now.
Yeah, so it's like, bro, he's gonna test the hamstrings.
Yeah, man.
He's
researching right now. What did he injure?
The thigh, the Achilles, the hamstring,
what kind of skill?
Every ligament. He's gonna test all of it. Like, do you get me?
Talking to the physio, like, what movement does he not want to do?
Yeah, I want to know. He's gonna test everything, literally. Yeah, like, so yeah, man. Like, I think it's just one of them ones where,
and it's such a big decision as well, man. Because Mascara, I love the guy, man, and again, he's a centre back, but even taking him out of his position to go up against Kvaratskhelia as well is just that's the fair. That's where like I think Arteta is he has a real decision to make. Like Timber, what can you actually give me here? Like, can I risk it? Because there's no alternative. Like unless it's Mascara, which again might be a nasty battle as well. Like.
Yeah, so, it's massive as well.
And then I also think another conversation too is what he does left back. I don't like again. You could go Calafiori for what he does going forward, but you might also say maybe he goes Nkapie because he's thinking Due is not the slouch as well. Like he's not a joke too. Then Belly's gonna pull over to that side too. It's like how brave does he want to be going forward too? Where you probably also need to respect whoever they have on that side. So I agree, man. There's definitely a lot of tough decisions Arteta has to make in this, man. Like. How does he approach the game? I also think kind of going on with a lineup too is I don't know what you think in terms of because with PSG, I've also been hearing Enrique talk a lot about how good Arsenal are off the ball. And what they did to Bayern, it's like, do you think he goes into this game and says, I might give you a bit of the ball as well and just try to do what we did to Bayern, or do you think he tries to steamroll us like they did to Inter last year and say, nah, man, we're gonna still try to go after you, regardless of how good you are off the ball? I don't know. How do you think? How do you kind of see
because I think within the two legs, I think PSG kind of showed different sides to them. Like I think the first one obviously was a brilliant game, and like just attack versus attack, and it was free flowing and etc. I think in the second one, PSG were very resolute. Still played some good stuff as well, but they were very resolute. They're extremely well drilled. They press extremely well from the front as well. Even talking about injuries as well, obviously I think from reports it seems like Dembele will be fine, but we got to see what's happening with Hakimi, because I think Dembele's like crucial. Like I think he knits everything together in that attack. So and then we'll see what happens with Hakimi. But I
think Hakimi is crucial as well, and it's how they play. This how much freedom that guy has to just go across the pitch too. So I
think he's extremely influential as well. But I think if they had to pick one to miss, I think is Hakimi than Dembele. Like I think Dembele, just because of how that front line operates, is a headache. Like, do you get me? Like it's an absolute headache. So we'll see what happens there. But I think PSG will dominate the ball. I think Arsenal's best bet is that I think, especially if you're playing Lewis Skelly and Rice, I think is the ball carrying. Like, do you get me? So it's like I feel like that would be a key way as regards to how you beat the press. Like, do you get me? Because physically, both of them, they're strong ball carriers. So it's like, like if you can carry the ball, and then I think it's just going to be a thing of like, now when you do get into those positions, like just making the right decisions and trying to be efficient within your actions. So man, 90 minutes. It's 90 minutes. Like I think over two legs is a bit different. Like, do you get me? But 90 minutes, man. 90 minutes is 90 minutes. So I feel like this is a close one to call still. Like I don't subscribe to the viewpoint that this is like a PSG kind of walkover in any sort of I think it's very close. So
I agree with that as well, man. I feel like definitely people that are trying to make it sound like PSG, they're not worried. It's definitely copium, because man, I think this is a guy. This is the kind of person. I hadn't even seen the comments before I said what I said, but this is the exact type of person I'm referring to. Okay, on Orthodox change. That's it. I can't wait till Saturday. This is a man that was devastated Arsenal won the league, by the way. So he's banking on us losing to PSG. But kind of like everything that you were saying, that I think PSG have a lot of strengths. The constant rotations, the way they move the ball around, like the runs from deep, Dembele, Kvaratskhelia, the dribbling, the ability to just make moments happen out of nothing. That you can just drop a shoulder, beat a man in a one-on-one press, gets the other side, drop a shoulder, score a low XG chance. Like they have so much quality across the whole team. But I agreed. I also think they have some weaknesses that Arsenal can definitely exploit. I'll definitely say set pieces. They're not the biggest team, or something that's one of our really big strengths. I think we can definitely exploit that. I agree that I think probably the weakness in their midfield is the fact that as technically good as they are, I do think that if you do have good ball carriers, you can probably they're not as physical in terms of like Rice and MLS and what they can do with the ball.
I think their physicality sometimes is underrated, especially like João Neves. Like, gets
he's the most physical. He's definitely the physical one in there.
But I think I think we even saw it last year. I think it was the opportunity. Donnarumma made a great save.
Oh yeah, I know you're about to say. Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, I think it was Neves. It was I think it was
Trossard that took the shot. Or was
that took the shot? No. I think it was Trossard took the shot, and then Marino.
It was Rice. It was Rice progressed the ball. Yeah, it was Rice.
Okay, that's what you're talking about. Yeah, you meant like the last minute block. Okay, cool.
Oh no, it was like Rice progressed the ball.
Yeah, he did. Then he ran through the middle.
Then Donnarumma tipped it around the post. But yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. This guy's just going off in the.
What do you say? This is going to be Pete Dembele. You do know that he's just coming back from injury potentially as well, but okay. And they're gonna leave Rice twerking in the middle of the pitch. Hold me to this comment. All right, no problem, man. Like I told you already, I'm ready bringing you onto the stream to discuss Arsenal winning the league. If we win that Champions League, bro, make sure you're here. Okay, make sure you're ahead to discuss. I want to talk to you personally, man. So I'll be waiting on my message. But but that being said, I think you kind of alluded to it earlier. I kind of wanted to get your take on like if we were to think about like the Arsenal, like what we would do in terms of giving us the best chance. I do agree that Arteta has a headache in terms of like those key decisions. I wanted to get your take on like who you would actually start if you were given the chance. So I guess starting up front, we have the Havertz versus Gyökeres conversation. Who are you starting?
I would start Havertz.
You'd start Havertz. Why?
I would start Havertz. I think that you know what it is. I think like Gyökeres, it's close. It's actually very close. Because the thing about Gyökeres as well is that I feel like I do really like his mentality, but I think he's always going to be a willing runner. But I think the aerial threat of Havertz, I think, is big. And then also, I just think like those times where it's like you do need, because I think that PSG defense physically, like again, we'll see if Hakimi starts, but Nuno Mendes and then Pacho, and then Marquinhos, especially Pacho is like, bro,
yeah.
Like, I feel like Pacho, and I think Pacho like he would like a battle like that. Like, do you get
Gyökeres has to stay away. I used to stay far away from him, bro. He needs to target Marquinhos. That's the only hope.
So whereas I think Havertz is just a different type of problem. Like, do you get me? They like you can drop deeper, like interlink or whatever the case may be. So it's like I think it's just more like it would give PSG a little bit more questions to answer. But then it's crazy because if a chance was to fall to Gyökeres or it was to fall to Havertz, I would trust Gyökeres more. So
I agree.
That's the that's
the trade-off.
And it's crazy because we're talking about someone who scored a winner in the Champions League final himself. I
scored the winning goal for us in the Premier as well. That Burnley goal as well. That was a big goal.
But I probably would. But I actually think it is actually, and I think that's credit to Gyökeres because I think it is close. Like, it is close. What would you do?
I've gone back and forth on this. I think initially I was like, Gyökeres, I need to go for it. Yeah. But I think I settled on Havertz as well. And I think the main reason too is I also think in this game, because I also kind of expect PSG to also have a lot of the ball, I also kind of need that extra bit of, I think, security when we also do get the ball back. I don't think it needs to be like, did we get the ball back and then we're trying to like hit them in behind. I think Gyökeres, where he can be dangerous is when these PSG fullbacks like to roam and like Nunez and Hakimi, if he plays, like they leave a lot of space on those wide areas. Like, you can definitely see Gyökeres really exploiting that with those runs in behind. And like I think he can be very dangerous going that way. And if he gets the chances, I back him more to score. And I probably also think Havertz is better off the bench from what I've seen. Also, I think Havertz can more change a game because of his ability than I think I've seen Gyökeres just so far this season when they both come off the bench in terms of who I think changes how we kind of. That's just my initial thoughts. But I think overall, I'm going for the technical security. I'm going for the aerial threat from set pieces also. I'm going for the hold-up play. And I think that's why I'm settling. If I'm being honest, what I would like to see happen, but I don't think will happen because of Arteta, as well as Trossard has played, I actually would rather it was Martinelli on the left and it was Havertz up front, because I think then we could still kind of get that running in potential from Martinelli that we would lose if we didn't start Gyökeres. And I also kind of feel like with Havertz dropping in, I think I prefer like a runner going beyond him. I think Martinelli gives us that, but I don't really see a world where he starts. So I think that's the thing. So I think that's why it's probably going to be Trossard. So yeah, I think that's why overall it's a hard one. I've gone back and forth. And the final reason I think I go Havertz, I also do think Havertz is a big game player. Like you say, he scored the winning goal for Chelsea. Like in these kind of bigger games, I think Arteta really trusts him for what he does, like on the ball when we have it. And also he's kind of just like IQ when we play and just knowing Arteta's system, etc. So it's a tough one, but I think Arteta probably is going to go Havertz as well if I had to guess what he would do. But it's definitely very close, man. So yeah, I think that's my overall take on that. And then this wasn't one that we discussed, but what we want to really touch on a little bit is Odegaard or Eze. Because I'm not also sure if he goes Eze on the left. So if we had to say that one of them had to start in that midfield, who would you go with?
I have to go Eze, man.
Really?
I have to go Eze. You know where it is? Odegaard, like off the ball, like he's disciplined, all of that stuff. But I just feel like in a Champions League final, a game of moments, I just trust Eze more, man. Like, yeah, like I just trust him more. I feel like that's where it is. Like, even obviously it's not the Champions League, but you look at Palace, and I think it was the quarterfinal, semi-final, and final. He scored in that FA Cup run. Like, yeah, like I just trust it. I think game plan wise, Odegaard makes more sense. Like, yeah, like as regards to like, okay. But then also I feel like if you do go with Rice and you go with Lewis Skelly, then I feel like someone like Eze is needed. Like, yeah, like, I feel like
you know what is, yeah, I kind of see Arsenal, yo. I kind of wish Arteta saw it like this as well. I see us as like players coming in like pairs. Like I kind of see like I'd love to see like it's a Havertz and Martinelli. If it's Gyökeres, it's Trossard. And I think going back behind that, I think if it's Havertz, it needs to be Eze. If it's Gyökeres, and I probably would prefer it's Odegaard. It's like I feel like they kind of come together in terms of how the synergy of these players. Kind of how I see it.
Do you think there's no reality where he goes MLS, Rice, Odegaard, and Eze off the left?
I would love that. And you know, is it that, to be fair, that's not as far-fetched as I'm thinking, but I would actually love that. I think that would actually be my ideal, because I think I probably would have lent towards Odegaard, because Eze 2 months guy can be so lackadaisical sometimes, man. This is not the game when people are running around and rotations, and he has to really lock in into his offensive work also. And I don't know how much I trust him in a game like this. That's my thing with playing him in the middle. Is my risk is the downside of it, but then the other way, I think I agree with you where he gives us so much more of a threat going the other way as well. And Odegaard, as technically secure he is, sometimes he can be a bit too slow in his action, and that kind of stuff could be like the split second to make a decision. Eze will play the pass, but Odegaard might hold on to that extra second, and now the chance is gone. So again, it's really like that's why I think the best scenario is Eze off the left and Odegaard in the middle. I think that would be, and also similar to Havertz, I find it hard to see a world where Arteta drops Odegaard in this game, man. Like in the final, the champs. I don't know.
I mean, he is the captain as well.
Yeah. Like especially now, like he's been playing the last few games. He no longer has like the other side of it. Yeah, he's still injured. He's still coming up to 4. Like now, to just make that decision, I'm actually just dropping you for Eze. I don't know if he's gonna do that. So yeah,
I feel like that Odegaard MLS Rice Eze off the left. I feel like that makes sense.
Yeah, I think so too.
I feel like that makes sense.
I think so too. That's actually what I'd like to see, because then you get
because Eze can drift in as well, and then that can create problems centrally, because he's hard to pick up, because he kind of like he's like playing that kind of like, what do you call it, like wing fielder role, where it's he's kind of drifting in and out, and
Yeah. So I agree, definitely a big one. And then the other one, so we said MLS with Mendy. I think this one's very straightforward to me, man. I think it has to be MLS, man. I don't want to see Mendy start this game. I like Mendy, but yeah, man. I think it has to be MLS in this game, man. Like it has to be. So yeah, just for the forward passing ability, just the fact that's his first option. We need that kind of threat in this game. The ball carrying, Zumendi is just too safe. I think sometimes we also can't approach this game like too timid. I think that's when PSG would definitely just tear us apart. I think our best hope in this game too is also to like press them and like kind of show ourselves on our attacking side.
Gotta be aggressive.
Otherwise, we have to be aggressive, man. I think if we try to like just wait and like keep the ball and be safe, I think we definitely lose. So I think Arteta really needs to be smart with just like how risky he is, which I think then kind of leads on to the next side, which is Calafiori and Hincapié. And I think similarly, as much as I spoke about the threat of Doué, I actually think I still would go Calafiori. Because I still also think he's good. It's not like he's bad defensively. I think what he offers going forward and how hard he is to also pick up, I think that also causes PSG a lot more of a problem than if it's in Hincapié, then you're kind of banking him onto like more stop Doué or stop Dembele. It's like, I think I'd rather we were more on the front foot and saying, let's be a bit riskier here. So yeah, that's what I would say. I don't know if what you think.
I would do the same thing. I'd go with Calafiori as well. Also, I like Hincapié as well, but I also think he sometimes can be a little rash as well. So yeah, this is not the game where you want any of those fullbacks to pick up an early yellow.
Yeah, it's not. It's
just not the game for that. And that's where I worry a little bit with Mascara. Yeah, I would worry with Mascara a little bit there, because it's like, yeah, it could get tense, but yeah, man, it's good matchup.
Very good matchup, man. Good matchup, man. And yeah, like we said, yeah, we'll see what happens with Mascara and Timber, but I'm just praying, man. Praying that Timber can do something for me, man. I know we'll have to talk. Timber's gonna go into discussions if this guy's able to come out of a 2-month plus injury and drop a man of the match performance against PSG in this final. I'm gonna be putting him in crazy conversations. So like, we're really banking on it, man. But it should be a very good game, like you say, man. Styles make fights, man. And yeah, from an Arsenal perspective, we were able to get over the line. It'll be historic, man. Historic.
I was saying, it's like Arsenal as well, man. Like all these prayer warriors, man. Like these
listen, bro.
All these prayer warriors, bro. Hey, man.
I need Timber to drop that verse. Drop that verse for the game, bro. I need something magical.
Bro, all these prayer warriors. It's bro. Hey.
Man, we're gonna need it, man. We're really gonna need it.
I was just like, bro. I said, no wonder these man won the Prem.
Man, listen, man. It was ordained, man. But what's even your plans actually? How are you watching the game?
I'm just gonna watch it at home, bro. Yeah, man. I'm not gonna watch it at home, bro. I'm not. Well, you think I was going to Emirates?
I don't even get Emirates.
I said, how about watching the game, bro?
I don't know, man. I thought maybe a normal exchange. I thought this guy could be. I thought he was hosting. I hate a watch party or that.
Nah, man. You know me, man. I'm easy, bro. Like, I just watch it in the comfort of my home. Just man. Just pre it that way. But
I heard that, man. I even asked because my cousin's getting married, man. So I'm gonna have to have mine on my phone. I'm gonna take my iPad with me. Then I think there's a little break in the wedding, 45 minutes to watch the first half. I'm not going back for the second until it's done. But so I'm not gonna watch it in the most ideal situation. But hey, man, we have to make the most of it. So and then if we win, I'm going straight to the Emirates, bro.
You know what's crazy? It's gonna be mad regardless. With Arsenal fans because the parade's on Monday, but if Arsenal win,
the parade's on Sunday.
What did you say?
I said the parade's on Sunday.
Sorry, that's what I meant. The parade on Sunday. I think it's gonna be mad regardless because the parade's on Sunday. But if Arsenal win on Saturday, then people just won't sleep.
Bro, people are not sleeping, bro.
People just won't sleep.
All night,
It'll just be an all-nighter.
Yeah, man. Where's the parade starting? Where's the bus starting, bro? They're first in line, bro.
Yeah,
parked up right outside the starting point. Yeah,
nobody's sleeping.
It's gonna be a madness, man. It's gonna be a madness, man. But nah, man. But yeah, man, we'll be there, man. Like we said, I know some people are hoping on us to lose. They can try and do, but again, like it's not free here. But at the same time, it's not gonna take anything away from our family.
It's been mission accomplished regardless. Like it's been a successful season regardless what happens. That's just the truth of the matter. So yeah, it's just that it has the opportunity to be a otherworldly season.
Otherworldly, man.
So yeah, it's just that. Very quickly, bro. I know we've been running for a little sec. But yeah, obviously I think there's a lot end of the season, innit? But I was gonna say, unless there was anything regarding Arsenal that you wanted to talk about.
Nah, man, that's the end of the plans.
I was gonna say, what did you think about the England squad?
Oh, it was crazy, man. You know what it is here? I wasn't mad at like the Palmers and the Foden, because I don't also like this because of your name, regardless of how good or bad the season you're going regardless. But I think where Tuchel really made a rod for himself was like people like Gibbs White, people like Wharton. I'm just like, I think he's left so much talent at home that it's like if it doesn't go well, like you can only blame yourself, and it becomes a thing where I know he signed that new contract, but if England don't perform in this, the noise to get him out, this gonna be his last competition, because people are already calling him a spy, a double agent, saying that he's come to ruin us. And it's hard to argue when I'm seeing people like Henderson still making the squad in 2026.
I was gonna ask you, bro, because I remember you're vouching for Henderson, bro. In the when we had the last England discussion, bro. I was going to say,
man, that was dead, man. Yeah, my opinions have done a complete 180. I want to make a 360, 180, bro. Get that. If he's that much of a leader, take him in the backroom staff, man. Let him go on the plane, but not in the squad. So yeah, I think that's an outrageous decision, man. I think even as much, I'm not the biggest fan of people like Maguire and stuff. I'm like, you can't take Rice. You can't take. I know you can't take Rice. You can't take Saka. You can't see what Arsenal have done set pieces wise. You can't see a player like Maguire who's so dangerous in both boxes and leave him at home.
And he's done well for England.
Like, and he's
done well for England. Yeah, and obviously since he's coming to the United team, he's been like solid. Like, do you get me?
He has. Yeah, he's done a very good. Again, I was like, like how England want to play, but even the team that he picked, I'm just like, this has always been the issue of England as well. I love Cubby. I love Rice. I don't know what other midfielders. I think Anderson's going. I love all these players here, but like there's no one that has the passing ability that Wharton has, man. I can't believe that a player that has a skill set that is just so lacking in every other player, you leave him at home. I think those kind of decisions are where like Tuchel, like even like Tony, I'm sure Tony's done. I don't know, maybe this one's a bit biased because obviously maybe I'm being biased to the Saudi league, but even someone like Welbeck, I was like, why's Tony coming to this? Like, I feel like someone like Welbeck, what he's done in a Prem should probably still be ahead of him, but I don't know. Maybe that one's a bit biased, but
you know what? Yeah. Honestly, I think a lot of the thinking with that potentially may be, Kane's gonna start all of the games. I think when Kane, if Kane doesn't start or someone's to come off the bench as a striker, first in line is Watkins. I think honestly, a big part of Tony will be pens. Like, I think that would be part of it, where it's just like, you know what, bro, your cash money, like, do you get me? So you're probably not gonna play a lot, but we know, especially if it gets to that circumstance, that your cash money, and then even like from a finishing perspective as well, like, he is good. So I think there might be an element of that where it's just like you're looking at it and you're just like, realistically, Kane, you're gonna play. You're captain, you're going to start, you're one of the best strikers in the world, you're going to start all the matches. Then Watkins, you're next in line, like when you're coming off. So it's like, I think that other striker, they're probably not going to play a lot. So he's probably looked at it and said, you know what, like, where could you be a real advantage for us? And he probably looked at Tony and said, pens. So
no, you make a good point, because I think to add to that, I think why I agree with you, and I think that's a very good point, is I also kind of feel like looking at the squad he's taken, it also kind of feels like he must have like a starting 11 in mind type situation. It's like he's taking players that maybe you might not get that much game time, and there's going to be like maybe rotating players in and out, but it feels less like like a squad of talented players and more like he has a certain team in mind, and there's going to be like some minor changes around that as the games go on. I don't know what you think about that, because I'm looking at the players that like even like Saka, Madueke. I feel like the only reason you don't take someone like a Bowen or like it's because you kind of see Madueke as like you're only really coming on like if Saka's coming, like your backup to Saka. It's very clear. It's not even like a competition. Like
I think it's you've got like, so it'll be Pickford in goal.
Yeah,
I think it's Konsa, Yei centre backs. I think it's O'Reilly left back, and Reece James right back.
Yeah,
I think he goes with Anderson, Rice. Then it's the one in front where it's like, because from what we've seen, we've seen, I think it may be Rodgers.
I hope it is, man. I hope it is.
I think it may be Rodgers. From what, as regards to what I think he will do, because again, I don't know if, he seems to really like Rodgers. I don't know if he'll play Bellingham there. Like,
that's my problem. It may be Rodgers. I'm scared it'll be Bellingham. Rodgers. That's my fear. Because I've already said it. I don't want to see Bellingham and Rice both together. I think he needs to be one of them, man. I want to see both of them together, man. Like, I think my concern is the pressure with Bellingham so high that he's gonna still try to play him in that 10. I don't know.
I think Tuchel's gonna do, if he picks Bellingham, it wouldn't be because of pressure. I think he's gonna do what he wants to do. Like, I think he's proven it with this squad selection. So it's like, Then I think it will be Saka on the right. I think he goes with Rashi on the left. And then Kane, I think. Then because I think on that left, the people battling that is Rashi and Gordon.
And we need a run now with how this Kane. I mean, tell this Kane guy as well, bro. Don't move past that halfway line, man. We don't need to be picking up the ball from the centre backs.
I think that's going to be really interesting as well, because he loves. I think it's such a big part of his game now, where it's like, he loves dropping deep and whatever. The thing is as well is that obviously it's not like he's not capable of it. He most definitely is, but I think he just also is a great finisher. Like, he's great in the box, and like more time, that's where you need him to be. Like, but whether he will be there, I'm not sure. But
I really hope people tell him to be there, man, because that's what gets frustrating with Kane for England as well, man. It's like, bro, there's not enough. Sometimes too, there's not enough runners for you to be doing this stuff, man. Like, you need to actually be at the leading the line, please.
No, I hear you still, but I think that's what it's looking like. Like, I think Kane's undisputed. I think Saka's undisputed. I think Rice and Anderson, no one's gonna. I don't think he'll go with anyone else apart from those two in the midfield. I think you Pickford undisputed. I think Konsa and Gay's pretty much nailed on. I think Reece James.
Maybe you think that's why he didn't take Maguire, because he doesn't think he'd be a start for him. Like,
he wouldn't be a starter for him. I think it was always going to be Konsa and Gay that would start for him. I still would have taken Maguire though. But but I think it will be Konsa and Gay. And Gay's done very well, and I think Konsa's had a very good season as well, to be fair. But and I think he's a good player. But I think that's where he'll thingy. And then I think rotations wise, it'll be interesting.
You think he was doing Champions tax? Because I was seeing a lot of people are not very happy with my boy Madueke being in that plane. He was doing like, he's the winners in the squad. Because
if you're asking me personally, even with everything, there's no way I take Madueke over Palmer. Like, even with the season Palmer's had, there's just no way. there's just no way that I do that. Like, do you get me? But again, man, like, you gotta pick your squad. He's picked his squad. So man. Like, I think, and what you said about Wharton as well, I think Rice is great, but we know what he's good at. I think Anderson looks really impressive. I think Anderson can pass well as well. Like, I think he's proven that. But he doesn't have like the same killer pass that a Wharton has.
Yeah.
I think Cobby, obviously, since coming back in the team, especially recently, like this he's been balling. I
he's
think,
been amazing.
yeah,
He's been very
like
good.
he's silky, yeah, like you know what he can do with his dribbling. Even he's passing as well. Like I think his passing through the lines has been he's been doing very well. But yeah, Wharton's left foot is an absolute one, and I think it's so
that
for
Conference League
whatever
passes he was putting through.
bro,
I said,
for whatever you may say
Yeah.
about his other bits of the game, I feel like when you've got a skill that's that good, like, you get me? Where it's just like, yeah,
bro, especially when England also suffer, like they always struggle against these teams as well, that like deep block and they can't now make chances
and you know where Wharton is. I think Wharton would be great as well. Is that, let's say there was a game where you didn't actually want to play with like a 10-10, yeah, like, and you wanted to play with a 3-man midfield. I feel like you can put Wharton in there, and you still would have like kind of you wouldn't lose all of your killer edge because of what you can do with his passing. Like, do you get me? So it's like the creativity aspect of it. Like, I feel like he's the guy that can just pull off a crazy pass. So
especially when you have someone like Rashford and Gordon running through as well.
Yeah, running So that was a weird one, but
very weird. Man.
Very quickly, did you see the whole Gordon looks like he's off to Barca?
Bro, how do you feel, man? You shouldn't be asking me. Your boy Rashi, man. But Barca doing him a big disrespect, man. It's even funny when you said that Gordon's gonna be his understudy at the World Cup. At the World Cup, and now like Barca doing him like this. If I'm Rashi, I'm very disappointed, man. So I think
I'm always rooting for Rashi, man. I think the Barca thing, it was like what, 26 million the release clause. I know the wages is the wages, but it's like, and I think from what I heard, he would bring it down. Yeah, man. Like, and don't get me wrong, I've watched pretty much Barca throughout the whole season. Obviously, he's been rotated in and out. Like, he's had some good moments. I think, obviously, sometimes his finishing hasn't been great. Like, he's definitely missed chances. But he's also had good moments for Barca, important moments. I think part of the reason why they really like Gordon is that I think Gordon is great off the ball. And I think Flick is gonna love that. Like, because that's one start difference, because Rafinha is also great off the ball. And you notice the difference between Rafinha and Rashford.
So even with the energy, like, I thought Rashford was also like working.
Rashford, he's working, but he's just not like, he's not Rafinha off the ball. He's not Gordon off the ball. He's not lazy. Like, do you get me? But it's not, because you know what, it's off the ball. Yeah, it's not just about work rate as well. It's like, it's also like being able to operate within the system as regards to knowing when to press, how to press, making sure like the triggers are accurate, like all of those things.
United, Rashford's always struggled with that.
Like, so it's just, like, I think he's really good off the ball. So it's like, I think that's probably where Hansi Flick will be looking at it and be thinking, all right, cool, you know what, like, you could help us a lot. And then versatile, you can play across the front line essentially. I think like Rafinha would still be the starter there. And then Yamal on the other side. Gordon, fair play to him as well, man, because it's like,
bro,
just be chilling with Yamal, like, you get me in the summer.
Bro, imagine that England camp here, when they all arrive and Gordon is just there walking in fresh up a Barcelona medical, and Rashford is trying to figure out where he's going next.
I think Rashi. I'm hoping maybe like Bayern. Because obviously they wanted Gordon, and then like, do you get me? So I'm hoping maybe Bayern he goes there. Like, I think that'd be a good move. That can work. But like, hopefully things can get sorted. But I think Gordon. I think Flick will be looking at his system, like how he wants to play, then I think that would be a big part of it, of the ball. And then I've seen as well that they're going for Alvarez as well, which I think that's the big one.
That's
like,
I know. I mean, that's the
so,
even bigger slap in
he's
the
so
face.
Barca coded. He's so
he
Barca
is,
coded. He's so Barca coded. I know your mouth.
But I also do hope, though, for Barca's sake, that they're also not making the same mistake they made with Griezmann. Also, with this big money move for this player that you think is a sure thing, and then it just comes in because he's coming off 8 La Liga goals as well, man. Like, for all the hype that he's also getting, regardless of, like, he's also not had like a stellar season at Atletico to be going for 120 million or plus, whatever I'm Atleti asking for. So
I think that would be. I think that's euros. That would be
euros,
the big money, but I think it would be on like those reported fixture figures with euros. Yeah, he had he only got 8 goals in the league last year. I think he got 20 World Cups. Then in the season before, I think he got 17. But you know what? I think it's one of them ones where it's just like, it's me personally, I can't see it not banging. Like, I just can't. I just think with me watching how Barcelona play and seeing what his strengths are, I can't see it not working. Like, again, it could be proven wrong, but I
No, I hear it. I think you make a great point too, how Barcelona play, because I can't like, even from an Arsenal perspective, when we were linked to Alvarez, I wasn't really feeling it that much, especially with the money he'd come for, because of how we play and the Prem and etc. So I'm actually from so but I can see why you say from Barca, the chances they make, like I can see
knit things together, like you can dribble, like interlink it, like I think you'll have a really good connection with Lamine Yamal as well.
Well, that's then how do you think going back a little bit to Gordon though? How do you, because I heard the pace and everything, when there's space, but like technically, do you feel like he'll be like, I guess, how technically do you think he'll be able to rise to, or do you think he can be found out a bit in terms of like I heard the off the ball thing in it, but you're gonna
on the ball.
You're gonna be on
I think firstly, how I think about it, I think firstly he's not gonna be, because even Rashford is like like you can see and this, again, it's not fair because you're comparing with like Yamal and etc. But it's like you can see technically like it's just a different level. But then obviously you've got his strengths, like Rashford, like really good ball striker. Obviously he's quick, space to run in behind. I think Gordon technically he's not on their level, but I think firstly I don't think he will be like a starter. Like I think I think he'd start in the sense of like, I don't think he starts in their strongest 11, but I think he'll play more than enough games. Like, do you get me? So it's like, so like he'll start his good fair few of games. And I think it's just the option for them to have in it. Like, I think obviously when there's space, like they'll try to use him as an outlet. Obviously, he's off the ball stuff. But like I think the technical thing is why people are looking at it and thinking Gordon, Barca. Like, do you get me? That's where the eyebrows come from. Like, do you get me? It's like with me, and I feel like that's completely fair. Like with me, that's why when I was looking at it, I was looking at it and I was like, again, for someone who watches them all the time, I'm thinking this has to be a lot to do with off the ball. Just with just watching how Barca play and how much flick values that. Like, I think it's got to be a lot to do with that. But like I think if you've got Rafinha there, who again, him also as well, he's not technically to the same level as Pedri or Yamal, but obviously he's been great for them and he's been a brilliant, like when it comes to like scoring goals. And then, like I said, off the ball as well, like he's done very, very well for them. So I think if they've got options. Because if you have Alvarez good technically, like he can link. You got Yamal, who in my opinion is the best player in the world, and then like I think they want some different solutions there on that left. So if you've got Rafinha, but then you've also got Gordon who can come in along, then I think the next thing they need to do as well, they need to try and grab a centre back. Like
that's what hurt them this year in the champs.
I think that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to max. Firstly, your man needs some help. Like, do you get me? So I think that's where the Alvarez etc. is coming from. And then also I think they're trying to like maximize Flick's style of play. Like, do you get me? Because domestically, like the Ligas, they've done their thing. Like, I think it's getting over the line in Europe, and I think if they can get the right ingredients, then like they'll be there. But yeah, that was an
You
interesting
know what? I
move.
think last thing actually before we round up, because I think I'm not gonna lie though, man. I'm very happy when I saw Gordon going to Barca, because even when Arsenal were linked to him, I started to don't you dare, man. Gordon's cool guy, off the ball, great, but that was not the solution to my left wing that I was looking for. So
Who do you want?
honestly, that's where my question was gonna be. Now, obviously, we're now heavily linked to this Rodgers guy. Now, I want to get your take on, just obviously it's not confirmed, but it's looking very likely it's gonna happen. Which again, it's a very weird profile. It's that's like not the traditional winger. Yeah, Villa need the money. Says, look, I think after the Champs is wrapped up, I think it's gonna accelerate really quickly. It looks like a deal that's like pretty much almost done. But I want to get your take, because he's another wing fielder. It's an interesting one, man. It's definitely a risk, because I think when you look at the left wing market is so cooked. Because like we're talking about, it's Gordon, it's Rashford. People are talking about Cola, but after that, I don't even know who's next as a left winger that you even go for. So it kind of looks like we're trying to do something a bit different with this wing fielder type.
Leao.
Yeah, Leao. His stock has dropped in recent years. So yeah, man. What are you thinking? Yeah.
I think Rodgers is a good player. I think we were linked to him quite heavily as well, because obviously the Carrick connection. I think he's a good player. I think he's a very good ball carrier. I think he can dribble as well, ball striking, gets goals. So I think there's a lot to like about him. It's not even that I don't think it can work. I think it's just a thing of Arsenal would benefit from a touchline winger. I feel like it's the same with United. That was my only, when we were linked with him, I was like, having Cunha and then having Rodgers.
Yeah, and we have Eze and then
Rodgers. And then I think with you, it's like you got Eze and you've got Rodgers. And I just feel like profile-wise, it's just such an advantage, again, because I think when you're squad building, you need different profiles. And I think that's what I was looking at. I was like, you know what, we just need, sometimes again, I just look at what Doku could do, and I'm just like, bro, it's just that type of outlet, that type of profile. It just helps you a lot. So
it does, man.
It
opens up these pitches when these guys want to just cramp the box and make it hella tight. You need that person on the outside, man. Especially when we don't play with a traditional overlapping left back as well. So
I think Rodgers is a good player, and I think he's versatile as well. So he can play in multiple positions. So it's weird. I don't think it's bad, but I just feel like also, you still are missing a profile. Do you get me? So it's interesting that you're willing to spend so much money, but that's not to say that it's a bad signing, because I think he's a good player. I do like him. So it's weird. It's one of them ones where it's just good signing, but also you're missing a profile. So it's interesting that that's what you decided to go for. Yeah.
I don't know what you think. This is our left field one, because any potential, do you see him being someone that could convert into a false nine striker type player? Because
I've seen that
he has the build. He has
I've seen that, and I feel like he potentially could. But then again, I think that's another thing of you already had Havertz with the false nine. It's just I think profile was and then you had Jesus, who was kind of I just think it's just obviously Gyökeres is a 9. Do you get me? So it's profile wise, it's okay, he's a 9. But I just think. Yeah, it's just interesting with the not going for people in specialist positions. But that might just be a thing of you know what, you're just trying to build a fluid team where people can just move about and play in different. Arteta might not want that, and I think that's what it is. To be honest, he's earned the right to do that again. So that's why it's a weird one, because again, I don't think I think Rodgers is a good player. And it's I think especially you've got all of the England boys there as well. I can imagine he will gel very well. So it's not. I don't think there's a bad signing at all. It's just profile wise, it's interesting, because it's you've not gone for. That's why I was looking at United, and I was like, bro, we need.
Don't you dare! Yeah, you guys are linked to Rodgers. That was your funny
bro.
Why you guys linked to Rodgers? None of my team was gonna do good.
I was like, bro, we need the kind of what. Please, man. And then if
it's looking like you guys aren't getting that winger, to be honest.
I don't know. I don't think
What's your take on the
thinking,
Dorgu thing as well? By the way, what's your take on that?
I think Dorgu's young. I think he's a left back. I think he's a
I think so
fullback.
too, man.
I think he's a fullback that can play on the wing, which isn't unheard of, and he can be effective in certain games when you want him to do a job. But I think he's a fullback, me personally. But yeah, man, like I think even United's squad building, there's been a lot of outcry about Edison and stuff. Recently, with all the
definitely. I think after the champs, we definitely need to have a summer episode where we just
transfers,
talk about, transfers,
and all of that. I mean, first before all of that, even World Cup stuff. I think it's a big summer for us, in it. Like, do you get me? Because we've got to get things right. But interesting. A lot of stuff will be happening. Quickly, just back to the World Cup stuff. Do you were you surprised? I was very shocked by João Pedro not being.
Yeah, I was shocked by that as well. Yeah, man. Especially, you know what I think about that Ego Thiago guy, bro. I feel like guy's a fraud. But let's see what he does next season. So, but yeah, man, I was shocked by that. But again, sometimes managers just have their preferences, isn't it? Like, I also think this is the downside too when your team is not performing. Because genuinely, bro, there's no way Madueke is on that. Actually, maybe he's done well for 2 Queen, maybe, but I just don't think there's a way he's on that plane if he's not a Premier League winner. So I don't know if it with Chelsea too, is that Chelsea have had such a poor season where it's just like.
But he's done well.
He's done well.
Like, and I feel like that's even a credit thing to him, because it's like even amongst all the rubbish, it's like, bro, 15 non-pen goals.
I know.
In that Chelsea team is not bad.
I know.
It's not bad, and it's not just the non-pen goals. It's his overall play. Like, do you get me? His ability to link. He's he's been technical. Like, he's actually been a hit as of a signing amongst a lot of the bad signings they've made. But yeah, man, interesting
100, man. But yeah, man, we'll see. And I guess, is it straight France favorites? Have you spoken about it? Or who do you think's gonna win it right now?
It's tough, man. France are serious. That attack is nasty.
Bro, their second attack is better than England's.
Bro, it's nasty. But Spain also are serious. It's like, oof.
You know who really fell off a bit this year, man? Sorry, while you're on Spain, Nico Williams, man, he's another one. Everyone is looking for this left winger to change their lives. He was looking like the key, like he had the keys to be the guy, man. But this season just not really been his name hype everything. But going, as you're saying,
I think he was on a really nice contract, innit? Still, he's a very good player. But yeah. Spain, that midfield, man, serious stuff going there. Then your mouth, Portugal are stacked. Even talking about midfields, like Vitinha, Neves, Bruno, then Bernardo Silva. You obviously got Leao there. They've got a good team. You got Nuno Mendes. Man. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I think France and Spain have got good shouts. Brazil, I'm a little bit underwhelmed. Argentina, obviously, they've been there and done it, but it's just like, also they've won 3 tournaments on the spin. It's just
their cycle might be up.
But still, obviously, good team. So it's like they can challenge. But no. We'll see what happens with England.
We will be there, man. Very interesting. But bro, unless there's anything else, you wrap it up.
All done, man.
Wrap it up, man. Amazing stream, amazing season. Even though there's one more game to go, man, before we debrief and see whether Arsenal are the champions of Europe. People are gonna stop singing to us. You can never sing that. People are stop being able to say that, man. So yeah, man, we'll see. But it's it's been a crazy year, man. But yeah, just happy that we finally go over the line. And yeah, man, like we said when we started this stream, I'm happy that I've been able to document this season, man. First season back after years of pain in my whole Arsenal life. I think I was telling you that my first memory was that Champions League final. And then now 20 years later, well, we're back there again, man. So we're gonna see what happens this time around, man.
It's exactly 20 years as well.
Yeah.
Crazy, mad.
Yeah.
Damn.
So yeah, man. Hopefully it's not the same pain, but we'll see. But as always, man, it's been amazing talking football with you. Thank you for being a great co-host as always, man. And we'll be back next week to obviously discuss what happens. But that being said, man, that's me out. Any final words, bro?
Nah, man. Just obviously hope everyone stays blessed. I appreciate anyone who's tuned in for a minute, half an hour, the whole stream, all of that stuff. But yeah, man, like a lot of football going on in the summer as well. So should be good.
Should be a stacked summer. And yeah, man, a lot of teams making big moves. So now, man, very exciting time to be a football fan, man. I will be there to talk about it. Love.